Good morning. We're recording. All right. So yeah, it's Thursday, December 1st, 2022. Good morning, savages. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the future.
All right. So
hmm
I wasn't as good about giving salutations this morning during the pre-show, so I'll do it now. Good morning, Mad World and Lady Ninja. I hope you're still there. Let's see. We have got Mr. Mr. T. I'm just gonna call him Mr. T because I don't want to be racist and mess that up because I don't know if Mr. T is Asian. Mr. T, if you are Asian, please correct me. I need a phonetic pronunciation of your name. So,
How about
yes.
Tizio?
Tizio, is that what it is? Mr.
So
Tizio,
I
good
call him
morning.
So in
Zo.
my head.
Well, I'm having difficulties. Okay, so Super Trucker, good morning. All right, let's see. Gray Man, good morning.
Morning.
Yes. Let's see. And Metaphobe, good morning. Let's see. Can Killer, hey. Let's see. Mad World, thank you very much for the contribution. Pitbull Doorbell, good to see ya.
Good morning.
Good morning. Vex is also here. That is surprising
Yeah.
because I rarely ever see Vex. So good morning, Vex. And
Oh,
let's see.
things worked out.
All right. So that is the extent of the chat. And if I look back over here to the Jitsi, we do have Pitbull Doorbell, we have Vex, we have the Gray Man, 45-1 actual, and I believe this is Lady. Lady is probably at work right now, taking care of the puppies and making them beautiful. So good morning, savages. Look at this shit. Smells the cat. Now, I imagine this should be in quotes. Something. Because I imagine
Yeah,
the name of the cat
because
is.
it looks like a statement. I mean, like, that threw me off for at least half a second. I was like, smells the cat. Who smells the what? What?
CNN.
No, the cat's name is Smells.
Yeah, no, I get that. But, grammar. Smells, comma,
Grammar
the cat.
matters. Punctuation matters, CNN.
Yes.
Quotation marks would have been helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like one of those setups they do to literally point that out.
Fucking kink fetishes. Anyway, Smells the Cat presented with a Thanksgiving spread after TSA rescue from suitcase. All right. I want to comment. Why is this cat getting this spread? Okay? Didn't
Yeah,
we just pardon me?
A better question is how the hell is the cat supposed to cut its meat without a knife?
Do we have
It's
that?
not even a properly set
We do have an
placement.
echo.
What?
We have an echo.
Is there an echo?
There's an echo.
Yes.
Yeah, stop sharing your screen and share it again.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Okay, how shall I share it? How shall I share the screen?
Pushing buttons.
Okay,
Yeah, that
which
takes
one?
it.
Which one do I want to do? Okay,
Share screen.
okay, so system audio, correct?
Yes.
And then do I do entire screen or window?
Do entire screen or browser tab. That's the only way you're going to get audio.
Oh, I'm going to do the entire screen again. Okay. All right, do we still have an echo?
No.
Okay, it's
No,
gone.
you're good.
Okay,
But
good.
I got a question.
Yes.
Why is every day like your first day?
Hal,
One that way.
I have menopause.
Oh, shit.
He's disabled.
Nice haircut, Kevin.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back. It's been 7 years. I've apparently been on hiatus, but it's nice to be back. I found out when I came back, though, I'm missing parts, and I've had parts added. Not very pleased. This-
Again?
I mean, it is chaotic coffee. So
It is the chaotic coffee. Yeah, and I do need to eventually put an intro and an outro together for this show because I don't have one right yet. This cat is eating better than so many people, even though there is no knife. You are correct, Vex. There is no knife, so it's impossible. Plus, this cat doesn't have opposable thumbs. So
This
even
cat fucking kills people.
Actually, that cat might have opposable thumbs. I've had cats with opposable thumbs.
okay, so
They're
yeah,
cool.
there are polydactyl cats out there.
My
Yep,
cat
and they're
does.
cool. Not all
yeah.
polydactyls have opposable thumbs. I just want to, anyways.
Yeah.
Mine's got 2 thumbs on each.
What?
Yeah, he's got
Yeah, I've
my
seen
cat's
those.
got 2 thumbs on each paw.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. You might want to call a priest. So, This cat appears to be eating better than quite a number of people over Thanksgiving. All right? So this is what CNN wants us to look at under their travel section, is look at the privilege of this cat, this orange cat. Orange cat. Okay?
Yep.
Anyway, moving on.
Why are you saying orange like that? It's almost like you have a problem with cats of color or something.
I might. All right, so we're moving on here. I just think it's a ridiculous article to show a cat getting, an ample amount of food. There's no way this cat could possibly eat all that food at one sitting.
Cats matter.
Well, look, to be fair, CNN is a ridiculous company, so.
You hear that, CNN, and whoever owns CNN right now and runs CNN, people are calling you ridiculous, so maybe stop being ridiculous.
I mean, look, CNN is kind of like The Onion used to be. Only now, neither one of them are funny, and The Onion is still better.
Oh, The
They would
Onion.
probably do better just to show cat videos at this point, really.
Is it because of all the lesbians? How many lesbians are here?
Mostly.
Okay. Well, here, I want to show you all something. Now, this...
I'm a lesbian.
They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
This is... mostly.
Because you come out at night.
My veterans out there. How many veterans do I have? I don't know, but I know that I have veterans in the audience. Are you aware? I did not receive this via an email. I received this via snail mail. And it says, Dear Veteran, the VA is making changes on how certain prescriptions are provided. Most tablets that the VA patients have been splitting will now be provided as full tablets. This change will be made gradually over the next year. It is critical that you carefully read and follow each prescription label as the directions and strength of your medications may have changed.
Pray we do not change the deal any further.
I have questions.
My eyes burn.
Why would... Well, it doesn't even matter if I ask the why. It's like, I just want to make it clear to my fellow veterans out there, if you are receiving your medications, make sure you're taking the proper dosages of whatever the fuck you're taking. Because how many people actually read these? Because anyone who's a veteran probably gets a ton of this kind of mail. And so often it can just end up in the recycling bin. That's important. And then they're like, gradually. It's like, oh, so we're just going to gradually change.
I roll up my VA letters and snort my medication with them.
Does that feel good to you? Do you ever sneeze?
Only on Thursday.
Do you-
On a Thursday.
Yes. Yeah. Does it ever make you sneeze? All right. So smell. What?
Easy now. We have the veteran cayenne pepper guy right here.
I know.
Tell you.
I know.
What about cayenne pepper?
Better than coffee, right, Vex?
Sometimes.
That cat has had frostbite. This one, which Metaphobe has put up, adorable. Is this the one with double thumbs?
Yes.
Dual
That's a-
opposing toes.
Yes.
That's a adorable tawny kitty with what appears to be either got into a fight or got afflicted by a what do you call it? One of those transgender people tried to gauge its ear or something. Have you guys noticed?
It looks like a 7 to 9 year old cat. Maybe a little older.
He's about
It's well
13.
Yeah, well taken care of then.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a beautiful animal. And have you
He
guys
weighs
noticed
about
what?
20 pounds. He's a big fucking cat.
Could you imagine that thing falling on you if you were like on a swing set? What in the hell is that? Good Lord, look at that.
See on the road.
King of Casual, good morning. Is that Maine right here? Oh no, that's hell. Okay. Alright, so going on back. So yeah, meds. Make sure that you're looking at your meds and not like, overdosing or underdosing or whatever the hell, because some of those meds out there can like really mess you up.
I mean, speaking of weird CNN shit, they're like, mystery deepens around Idaho killings. Police initially said they believe the students, well, now that's gone. Anyways,
They thought that they were targeted. They thought it was a targeted killing.
and then they're like, "Oh, we don't know actually," and it's like, "What? Well, what?"
With all the technology we have and all the surveillance, which I hate surveillance. Okay, I'm not promoting surveillance. Surveillance exists. Are you telling me with all these college kids and all their electronic devices and all the campus security and all the stuff that we see on, thank you, Mad World, all the surveillance, you're telling me that now suddenly they don't know who did it when in the beginning they somehow worked under some theory that it was targeted and then all of a sudden it's not? Well, what changed?
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at.
Detectives do not currently know if the residents or any occupants were specifically targeted, but continue to investigate. Well, let's see. We had 2 people apparently who were killed in their sleep, and 2 individuals who had defensive wounds, which means that they woke up, or they were never sleeping in the first place. Don't tell me someone didn't grab their phone and start recording. Don't tell me that no one knows who did this, because I think someone does. Well, all right. Maybe I'm having wishful thinking. I just find it very peculiar that the police suddenly are so incompetent at a national level. Go on.
So wait, this was in. Let's see. It says Moscow. Out of the 4 people, let's go like fiction on this.
Now
Maybe one of them was the intended target, but they wanted to make it appear as if it was a rash of random killings.
What, just out of the 4? Let's see. Idaho State Police adds patrols to university campus. Okay, so let's see. Did Idaho defund
What'd you
police?
call me?
Pardon me?
So what'd you call me?
I didn't call you.
We called you defund the police.
How dare you?
Bitch.
All right, so let's see. Back in 2020, Socialist Reconstruction activists in Idaho say defund the police. This is back in 2020. So what did they think was going to happen? And now they have a police force which just makes up shit. And now I'm being distracted by this meme over here. Biden versus a dildo.
Yeah,
All right, so
nice.
Biden does the job it's supposed to do? No, the dildo does. Capable of satisfaction? No, but the dildo wins.
Nice.
You know what? Dildos are not reliable. Anyway, fake.
Good to know.
I'm just saying. Is a real dick, Biden is, and the dildo is not. All right, so yeah. Thank you, Grayman. Wow. And it had to be a purple dildo, too. Now I'm thinking of Grimace, which makes me think of McDonald's. And now I'm thinking about other things that I shouldn't be thinking of. Oh, man.
Do you believe in magic?
I believe.
'Cause I'm hoping.
You thinking about Grimace Dick right now?
Yes, I'm thinking about Grimace Dick. That's awful.
Stacey Abrams in a purple dress.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's see. Okay, damn it, where's my AI art generator? Because now I want to generate some art.
No. Oh, God, no. What the...
Does everyone have their children out of the room? I think I need to remind people that this is not a kid's show. But I think you guys
Yeah, I've
know.
got my granddaughter watching.
Okay, well, good morning, sweetie, but you need to leave now because
They're
this
gone
is not
school time.
You need to leave.
Yeah, this is not a morning show for kids. All right. We made it palatable. Will you still ignore us?
Are they talking about hamburgers? Like, was it like a bad hamburger? And so then they made it better, and they're like, come on, please, we're trying to stay in business.
McDonald's?
hamburger? It was a hog burger.
The hog burglar.
Hmm.
Ah, that's a nice little art installation there they did with those little chalk dance break dancers.
Chalk dance break dancers? Are you referring
Chalk
to the...
dance break dancers.
Are you referring to him?
Yes, and the other ones, yeah.
Oh, good lord. And they're all wearing masks. You know, that's so crazy. That's not
Well,
even
you gotta
proper.
make sure that you don't give people the COVID.
Well,
With
when
your
you're
bloated
dead.
corpse.
That's sad. That is sad because corpses tend to build up gases, and I believe... Oh, never mind.
The
Oh,
Big Cove burger.
what?
The float. McCove Burger.
McCoveburger. Oh. All right, so moving on. What the hell even got us here? Oh, that's right. We were looking at this other stupid ass
Grimace stick.
story. Pardon me?
Grimace stick.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
I think Grimace would have a dick you do, considering he's fat and all.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay. Now I'm just thinking about Stacey Abrams. Oh, now I can smell it. Oh,
Grimace
now,
and Stacey Abrams.
now you
Yeah, it
all
just
have
smells
to,
like old McDonald's.
yeah,
It
y'all have to
smells like
suffer.
old McDonald's, regret, and
And a farm.
confusion. And a farm.
Stacey
Yeah,
Abrams likes to put French fries in between her teeth.
She put a whole fucking Happy Meal between her teeth. What are you talking about?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
She
Hold on.
flosses with French fries.
Maine, good morning.
Hey, give me that shoestring. I need to floss.
Oh,
Stacey's
man.
floss fries.
I just have to find out now. How do you spell Stacey Abrams?
Staceyabramms, I believe.
Yep,
Might
you're
be an
right.
H, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, both of her front teeth are in different counties. If you're
Yeah.
looking at the gap.
But they both can vote because of that, and it's not illegal.
They get their own mail-in ballots.
It is just no.
Passive.
How the
Yeah,
fuck
the
do you,
gap.
does? I just now I have to know something else here. Okay, so Stacey Abrams, like a runway supermodel. What?
No.
Now I'm just okay. Now we're just going
Don't
off
they
the
mean
rails.
like a runway supersized model?
Yeah,
Maybe
like
on
an
an
airport
airport.
runway.
It's an
Like
airport.
Yes.
For a
Yeah, I was gonna
runaway-
say, like, you
A
could
runaway
probably
super-
park a small aircraft in between her teeth. So maybe
Yeah,
it's
Well-
just the runway.
That's what I'm
A
wondering
runaway
now. It's like,
super tanker.
what the hell is this? Tell Big Tech. Who are you? I don't know what.
Join the fight. Oh, you're not gonna join the fight. Oh.
I don't know what they want me to fight for. So I'm not. Good morning, Lulu. Washington Post describes Stacey Abrams like a runway supermodel. Yeah, it's an airport runway, and this is from May 2020. So, okay, now
the
we
difference is
understand.
when a plane goes down a runway, it's gonna probably take off, and she's just gonna be winded.
She uses all the carbon credits.
All the carbon
She
credits
does.
at once.
She does. That's absolutely true. Why the hell won't this open? Look at
Fun
this.
fact.
Her
Stacey-
carbon footprint
Stacey-
has been mistaken for Bigfoot a few times.
Stacey Abrams.
Is it? Wait a minute. Her carbon footprint is Manhattan.
Does Stacey Abrams have a carbon footprint? Stacey Abrams.
Oh
Yes. The real. Okay, why did you lose? Was it your. She
It
now
wasn't,
owns two
voter
homes.
suppression, that's for
She
sure.
lost because she's a
Dumbass.
loser and a shill.
Now owns 2 homes. Wow.
You guys, but here's the thing: you guys don't know the truth. She's actually an average-sized woman wearing a fat suit, and she hides all the money that
2
she's
fat suits.
grifting inside of her fat suit, and that's why she appears to be gaining weight. Now, y'all don't get it. She's actually really smart.
They're cougarans.
Instead of shoving it under her mattress, she shoves it in the gap in her teeth.
Well, yeah,
Like
but
a
you can only,
piggy
she can
bank.
only fit about 10K between the gap and her teeth. So let's be fair.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
my
why she
bad.
needs the fat suit.
I don't want to be fake news or anything.
Well, let's find out. Here, hold on. That's why you don't eat pork rinds before you go to the club, because that shit'll happen. Don't do that.
Now
What?
imagine that. All right, imagine that Stacey Abrams is like made out of paper mache, like a pinata, but in her legs, okay, there's these 2 midgets, and they've got all these complicated controls for controlling the rest of the pinata puppet.
That poor
That's a nice
woman.
image, isn't it?
It is. What is she filled with though? What kind of candy does? What's in the
Well,
pinata?
she's filled with the money that's
Ragu.
being that's
She's
being
filled with
grifted out of
ragu.
the people. And ragu made.
Oh, that poor woman.
She's filled with lithium mud.
Oh, and it's just. Oh, this is. Stacey Abrams, if you're out there, you've earned all of this, and this,
Oh,
you know,
Stacey Abrams is out
congratulations.
there, all right.
Gravitational pull. Let's talk about mass. Okay, let's get off Stacey Abrams. All right.
Well, how can we get off of Stacey Abrams? She's got so much mass that she generates her own gravity.
She is the okay, yes. Whoever made the Bigfoot carbon footprint or carbon Bigfoot print, yes. Stacy.
Yeah, nobody else. Hang on, that's why she doesn't have any kids. Nobody wanted to get on that shit.
Oh, Raynoff.
Nobody
here.
could get in.
The echo's back.
We gotta stop sharing the screen again.
All right.
Thank you, Lulu. She can't control her fork, but she wants to control Georgia. Exactly. Thank you. And good morning, Raynoff. And
Says
good
she
morning,
uses a
Heather.
fork.
When she molts, the big top is born.
Hey, Kevin,
Yes.
stop sharing your screen and share it again.
What?
Who's got the echo?
Yeah, you got the echo.
Yeah, it
because
messes
of
up
the-
when
hop
people
in,
join.
yeah, it causes an echo.
Oh, there.
It's a
There
Jitsi
we go.
problem, not a you problem.
Would you look at this? How in the hell is Jitsi so full this early in the morning? I have no idea.
You have more
Because you're
people
a
in here
savage.
than Odyssey.
Well, you know
Because
what?
they
I
missed-
like this. Thank you.
Do we really?
No.
Having a good time.
Oh.
All right.
So what?
A side of hospitality. Oh, thank God we can
Ow.
take the presidency seriously again.
I am so tired of this person, these people trying to act like leaders. At least they don't have the help in masks this time. But it's like, I am so tired of people who call themselves leaders not leading by example. Your
Look,
constituents.
I just want to be honest here. I think for those two people, the masks would have been an improvement.
Yeah, damn right it would have. But...
Now, come on.
No,
No,
they're just
but
wearing the
seriously.
masks on their
Hang
head.
on.
Yeah. What's up?
No, I don't know. That's all when definitely that Juno's thing kicking there.
I don't know. It just.
She might have that same issue Greta Thunberg has.
I think it's a robot. I'm getting like uncanny valley vibes over here.
Greta
Would
Thunberg-
the
Greta
would the
Thunberg-
mask would the mask just look like floss between Stacey Abrams' teeth?
Yeah.
Probably eat it.
And
That's
Greta-
why she can't wear a mask. Naturally, she's inclined to masticate. So, like, you get anything too close to her mouth, and she just eats it.
Yeah.
Say, Greta
You're just gonna chew
Thunberg-
that shit into oblivion.
Greta Thunberg has two problems. She's partial waterhead and she's partial inbred.
And she's
That's why she
partial
looks
Down
like that.
syndrome
Inbred waterhead.
and partial
That's-
fetal alcohol syndrome.
Hang on. The Down syndrome is the waterhead.
And she's a man.
And that would mean that Greta is in trouble because didn't we talk about people who are currently disabled or in particular psychologically disabled in New York? You can be forced into medical situations which you don't want. So Greta, don't fly to New York because if you fly to New York, they're going to experiment on you. Not like they
We
haven't
gotta
already.
get to New York, Greta. It's the only way to save the planet. Please take 2 or 3 planes at once.
What do you mean?
Or she could go to Canada
the
and jump on the
pollutions.
assisted suicide list.
That's
She-
some. Did
That's
you?
coming
probably-
here. Don't worry.
She probably
It's
already has
here
all
in,
the jabs.
Washington State, isn't it? It's
Now,
in
look,
Washington
that's-
State or Oregon who already
that's
has the
not
assisted
funny.
suicide.
Yeah.
If she
did you,
dies, then the memes are gonna end.
did you catch the news story I covered yesterday from Axios with the opinion piece saying that old people are why we have inflation and
Yeah.
basically
Oh my
we gotta
God.
kill them off.
Let's
Yeah.
just, we gotta
Yeah, I
kill
saw that.
Yep.
Nice.
No, the real problem, well, we know why the real problem is, but us not having more youngins is the
Well, yeah.
Right.
Be an
Yeah.
issue.
Right. Well, they're like, oh, we don't have as much of a workforce, but at the same time, they're like, kill all the babies. Yeah,
Well, they're like,
really
kill all
makes
the
a whole lot of
babies,
sense.
and if you guys are old enough, and I think you are, you remember they were always like, oh, the world's overpopulated. You guys shouldn't have any kids, because, like, the world's overpopulated, and then they're like, oh, you irresponsible people didn't have enough kids, so we gotta bring in the immigrants so we have workers.
Well, yeah,
If the world's overpopulated, how do I drive like 50 miles to the middle of nowhere and no one's around? How the hell does that happen?
It's because
the
obviously
actual
you're
amount
a
of-
terrorist. That's
the
why.
actual amount of people that are on the earth could fit in this fucking state of Texas all of them in the state of Texas and still have plenty of room.
I think I could fit all the people in the earth into like a giant furnace if it was big enough.
What are you doing?
It's
What are
just
you
too
doing?
hard to
Another
manage
genocide?
that many
No,
people.
efficiency. It's efficiency.
Yeah, got to generate electricity for everybody.
Are you considering the carbon impact of what you're talking about?
I just want all their carbon credits.
I want all this the carbons.
I like burning carbon. It makes me feel like I'm alive.
Well, I'm
Well,
burning
the
some.
government just wants their share of inheritance taxes.
Oh.
And if you can't pay them, then, guess you'll have to,
They'll
sell that one, and we'll give it to an immigrant. Don't worry.
No,
You
the
they'll
government
just
doesn't
kill
want us
you
to
and
have
take it.
anything. They just want us to fucking do whatever they
Labor.
tell us
That's it. It's
and
labor.
fuck off whatever you want. You
Hey,
do what
Hex
you
and
want. Hey,
Hammer
workers.
did a really big fuck up. He made a video about the cars that burned up in Nantucket from the presidential caravan there was due to EVs. And yeah, that's what happened because that burned mass in the front of the car, that's a carbon fucking generator. Now, there was no EV in there.
Yeah, no, and fucking lead acid battery does not cause that to happen.
I know. I called them out. I put a big fucking comment in this video.
Did
Once
you see
again, you've proved yourself
Plus-
to be a dumbass.
Did you see the
Plus,
proximity?
if you wanted to get rid of evidence, why wouldn't you burn like the actual cabin of the car instead of just like the front of it?
I know.
Like what?
Obviously insurance purposes. They gotta
Did
make
you-
some of their money back.
How
They
many
had
people?
to destroy the DNA on the dipstick loop.
Okay, okay, that's a bit of a reach.
shit.
Can we?
Think with your dipstick, Jimmy.
Did anyone notice how close that was? What the hell is that? What the actual fuck is going on over there? Anyway, can we talk about the fuel reservoir which was located close by?
Yeah, 40 feet,
Yeah.
25,000 gallons of jet fuel.
The
40
jet
feet away
fuel,
from that fire.
yeah, that shit would.
That
If
would've
that
been
would have
awesome.
went off, that would have been a hell of a nice explosion.
And where was this located, by the way? Again, where was this located?
JP5 wouldn't explode.
Yeah, but JP8, they're not using JP5 anymore.
For
Jet-
8, yeah.
it's all
That's
JP8.
all JP8. Yep.
Well, that's what I'm
And-
saying. I don't think that shit would explode.
You can make grease out of that shit too.
Otherwise known as
Fucking
awesome.
J8.
So isn't it just a mixture of diesel and kerosene with two other additives?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes.
It
And
used to
we used
be.
to use that between our fifth wheels for our launching stations to grease it up. Dude, that shit was so nasty.
Who's playing with their turkey over there?
Fucking
It ain't me.
Radolph's mixing fucking mashed
He's
potatoes
doing
or
shit,
something.
man. Leave him alone.
He's doing shit. Well, meanwhile, in Canada, medical experts call on government to delay expansion of MAID for mental illness. Now, I don't know how many of you know what MAID is, but it's medically assisted suicide. Now, the story I was trying to find was a story about mothers who can have their
Wait a
children.
second, hold on.
What?
Wait, isn't it the mentally defunct people that you want to? I mean, if we're gonna have this, aren't those the people you'd be like, well, I guess we gotta make sacrifices.
They have
want
to
the
delay
same
it.
People?
They
They
have
They
to
have to
delay
pull
it.
the herd.
Oh my gosh. They have to delay it because of this. Transgender mental illness. As we covered yesterday for the people who were here, is transgender mental illness, and Raynoth said, fuck yeah. Well, he didn't say fuck yeah, but he was like, yeah, it's a
He's
mental
probably
illness.
thinking it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess it is. Okay. So, medical experts.
We still love you.
Well, thank you, but look at this. So,
Say Kevin's recovering from the mental illness, so he might be okay one day.
I might be okay right now. Not ever. Menopause. Ugh. Don't do this. Anyway.
Don't call me that.
Ugh. MAID, this medically assisted suicide for mental illness. So it's like they want to put a pause on that, delay the expansion of it. Well, they were all gung-ho for it, though. it's like for the past several years, we've been listening to this garbage about like go and have doctors help you kill yourself. It's like for a mental illness, which mental illnesses? Let's find out. I don't know. So this guy says it needs to be slowed down. There's still many unmet questions regarding like the mental illness aspects. What is a mental illness? Who needs to die because they're mentally ill? All that stuff. It says a statement can be released Thursday, and the Association of Chairs of Psychiatry in Canada says more time is needed to develop high-quality standards of care, doctor training, and expert consensus before allowing Canadians to apply for a medically assisted death with mental illness as their sole condition. Could you imagine? You have to apply for it. That means that you actually need to do paperwork.
So, like, you gotta be together enough to, like, jump through all these hoops. I guess.
Okay.
But how quick did we go from lockdown, take your shot, save lives, to, oh, just freaking kill yourself?
Well, they were hoping
It's like
a lot more
talking
people
to an edgy 13-year-old online.
with the lockdown and save everybody. They were hoping a lot more people would commit suicide in their own homes, locked down, with not being able to take the pressure. But most of us were like, "Fuck yeah, vacation." 20
Jokes
years
on
later,
them.
hell yeah!
Jokes on them. We've got video games.
Have you guys ever seen this? I don't know how many of you have, but if you haven't, here we go.
The Earth just cannot handle the sheer number of humans who
Yes.
live here. Something has
Here we
to
go.
give.
The Earth can't
And
stand
I
the number of
believe that it's
humans.
up to us who have lived a good life to make sure that our children will have the opportunity to live good lives too.
Grandma's okay with
I have lived
dying.
a good life.
I have lived a good life.
I have lived a good life.
I'm ready to die.
All right, well, climb into the cannon and get the fuck off of the
Except
fucking internet.
Part of the issues that we deal
They're
with
gonna
is
harvest your
our
old
older-
ass organs.
Part of the problems that we deal
Turn
with
them into
is the
persons.
older generation. There was such a gap in between people having children and the older generation that the older generation was already 70 and 80 when kids were being born. So there's a lack of knowledge that older generation could have given the younger generation, the second younger generation. So that's why part of the reason why we're in the shit we're in now.
I
Is that
got
whole-
bronchitis.
That whole here, have a child when you're 40.
Ain't
Oh,
nobody
you're
got
a,
time for that.
It's not just that, but I'm sure that contributed. I mean, if the right lessons were passed on to your children, But
say here, a society that says, well, wait to have a
Pediatric
child till you're
perspective?
36 to 40. Oh, wait a minute. Now your children are more likely to be disabled because you waited so fucking long because your eggs done dried the fuck up. And then you get these fucking 40 and 50-year-old women with 10-year-olds running around that are waterheads because, like I said, their eggs have done dried the fuck up. They were no longer fertily viable.
This is usually a medical anomaly from what I hear is like older people having kids. I mean, it still happens, but
healthy kids at least.
Healthy
like,
kids.
What is it? 35. You're really starting to roll the dice. 40. It's like, well, you better think twice.
It's 37 to 42 is when you're rolling the dice. Beyond 42, it's like, haha, you missed the fuck out, dumbass.
Yeah.
Well, I've got something to say.
Thanks, guys.
Hey,
we're not picking on you.
Oh, I will. I'll fucking laugh my ass off at these dumb son of bitches. I don't care.
Well, let's go to the serious matter of this, where Canada is considering infants as, medical assisted death. Okay, now what they're saying is right here, infants aged, fresh to 1 year. The medical college notes that medical assistance in dying could be considered in exceptional circumstances when the infant has no hope for survival and their suffering is unmanageable. The thing I have to say is this. We have seen so many definitions of words and terms change. Okay? What is an unmanageable existence? What is suffering?
Hang on. I could the general
living in Canada.
The general cause of or general unmanageable thing would be the little kid that their parents have to sit there and roll them around in a wheelchair forever.
That could be, and then what it's like, didn't we come from a society, like didn't we have like a social agreement that no matter what we would do, however the child was born, we would do everything within our human nature to provide for the child. And when they talk about exceptional circumstances, they are currently saying that children are born with gender identity or what do they have? Racist babies. Have you guys heard some of these news stories about some of these psychological aspects they are saying that a infant can espouse? How do we determine if a child, I mean, there's a physical manifestation where you can clearly see a child is in clear pain, and you do everything you can to manage that pain. I can't, I just have to wonder where, I mean, once you open the door of allowing people to kill infants post birth, I mean, they're already wanting to do all manner
They
of,
already do it. It's
just
already being done.
But to make it
So-
socially acceptable,
Well, that's what they're trying to do. That's what they've been trying to do. They want to kill anyone at any time. That's their end goal. And really, maybe just kill everyone.
We could
And
just go
wouldn't
back to the Sparta mindset. Set the baby out for 3 days. If it survives, it's okay to fucking continue on.
We need to call the Canadian government.
Well, wouldn't suicide
need
negate
to
any
call
kind of
the-
life insurance policy?
We need to call all the
Only
governments
after
of the
2
fucking
years.
world.
Like you, if you commit suicide, most life insurance policies, like you have to wait a certain amount of time, and then it's good.
I thought you don't get life insurance if you commit suicide. I thought that's like a void of.
That was-
I guess
There's a-
it
there's a
depends on
certain
the
amount of
policy.
time.
Depends on the policy.
Yeah.
I did say
Yeah.
most.
I did get a
Legit.
health insurance sales license for a small amount of time. Never used it, but I did take the test, and it's a certain amount of time for most health insurance policies or life insurance. I mean.
I'm reading this about like the medical assistance in dying can be appropriate care for babies who are experiencing extremely severe suffering. And then they put that. It should be who or which suffering which cannot be alleviated, or have severe deformities or severe polysymptomatic syndromes annihilating any prospect of survival. It's like these people don't understand miracles. I mean, we have.
No, they don't.
It's like, have these people never experienced things which are truly miraculous in life?
No. Even
They
if
don't
have,
believe
they
in God,
wrote it
so
off. Yeah.
So
They
how could they
dismiss it.
believe in a miracle? It's just a thing that happens. It can supposedly explain it with science. So
it just seems
it's like pushing a baby out of a womb is like, oh, that's nothing big. I'm like, that's freaking amazing. You made a little human inside you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
I mean, we have children born with hyperkeratosis, where their skin becomes scaly, and these children are, they need lotion, a lot of lotion as they're growing up, and
Kids at a certain age do need a lot of lotion, anyways, for some reason. Anyways,
Vax.
What?
Yeah, but that's usually in the teenage years.
Rainoth.
What are you
Dudes.
talking about?
Anyway.
Yes.
I'm just saying this. I'm not for the baby killing. I'm not for the baby killing. And Bruce isn't here, so there's no one here to deflect to.
Say honestly, situational.
Yes.
To an extent, situational. If the kid really is not going to be able to do anything, and it's an undue burden. I mean, most people will accept it, yes, no problem. But fucking, for the most part, if the kid's not going to be able to do anything in life but have a tube shoved down their throat for however short they're going to live, I could see that being somewhat acceptable. But everything else, no, fuck that shit.
What I tie
And then
into is
and
go
go ahead.
on.
Go ahead.
Okay, what I tie into is the discussion from yesterday talking about babies who survive abortions and then are left to languish. It doesn't make sense to me that not you, but that the medical practitioner would not euthanize a baby who has survived a very traumatic abortion procedure and is probably very fucked up. And in the medical lens, that child should be allowed to languish with no medical intervention.
Well, yeah, but that's
Well,
the point. They,
hang
they
on.
basically they want to take hope from those who have hope and give suffering to those who have nothing but suffering. They just
The
they just want to
one
maximize suffering and evil. It's fucked.
the ones that they're doing that to, the reason why they're not putting them out, they're putting them in the room and ignoring them to die that way, is so they can harvest the fucking body parts, send them to the fucking factory so the body parts can be harvested.
And we know about the vivisection. We do know about these living human being vivisection, removing organs and pieces from a living human being.
Yeah, they rip their pieces off and then they pull the torso and the head out last.
Well,
right?
no. We're talking about the ones that have survived that.
Oh,
Right.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just like a torso screaming in pain, and like how can you be a human and not like feel like anything towards that? That's messed up.
Why do you
Well-
think Salty calls them lizard people?
Yeah.
Salty does call them lizard people.
They have no
Which-
feelings. They're cold hearted.
I was fucking the idea of the lizard people. It might be why they're fucking trying to reduce the carbon and nitrogen in the fucking atmosphere, so they could actually do away with their fucking the skin that they're wearing now, so they can actually function in the real world under their true what they truly look like.
Yeah, well, good luck, because you go from like one biome to another. Say you enter a mall and it's air conditioned. It's like you're gonna go into shock if you're a lizard. Coming out from a Florida heat wave into an air conditioned mall, yeah, you're gonna stiffen right up. I want to point out something here, Laura DeGoddess. Good morning, Laura DeGoddess. Congratulations on your 50th show. You're gonna be celebrating tonight a whole year doing live shows. Congratulations, Laura. So tonight, Laura has a show. Guys, keep it on your schedules.
Your what?
Schedules.
Schedule.
You
Schedule.
Schedule.
Hey, Laura. Do you see these guys making fun of me? Fuck. Anyway. So these baby killing. So much gross on a Thursday. Okay, so Ukraine is now considering a dramatic expansion in the training it provides to Ukrainian forces, including instructing as many as 2,500 Ukrainian soldiers a month at a U.S. military base in Germany.
Yes, because we have NATO contracts with them, right?
Well,
Yes.
let's just take a peek. Ukraine.
Fucking, what the hell is going on?
Can we just get rid of NATO?
What is going on?
Yes.
I just want to.
All I gotta do is stop giving them money and they'll disappear.
Look at this. So, Greta. Are they going to drive? Are they going to drive?
Can you think of all the carbon?
Look at all the carbon.
footprint.
Do you see all this carbon? This carbon. Greta, say something.
God damn it.
It's like 2,500 soldiers a month going from Ukraine to the Deutschland.
Yes, burning all that jet fuel.
Back and forth. And then you also have to transport equipment. I mean, where are we going? Are we going to Frankfurt? Is that where we're going? We're going from the Ukraine to Frankfurt? Oh, so we're going from one sinful little drag hellhole over to Frankfurt, where you can find Club Angel. Well, so Frankfurt is pretty loose, I must say. Yes. Whores.
What about Ramstein?
I don't know if Rammstein was in. I don't know. I don't know if I'm
I don't
saying
know who this Frankfurt guy is, but like you should put allegedly on that.
Frankfurt is a military base in Germany.
No, Frankfurt
we
is
weren't
a
talking
city.
about
Hang
hot
on.
dogs?
Frankfurt is a city in Germany.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know the proper name of the military base.
Ramstein is the military base in Germany.
Okay,
Yes.
not just the
My
singer.
grandfather was stationed there.
Okay. Well,
I thought Kevin had doxed a guy there for a second.
I was never stationed in Frankfurt. I didn't get the luxury, but I heard stories. Oh.
See, all I ever heard about that was a couple guys I knew fucking were the patrol agents that walked it back and forth across on the fucking whatever border there was. That's the stories that I ever heard of it.
Well, I heard about the club scenes. They were risque. Anyway, these people from the Ukraine flying over like 2,500 a month. That's a lot of money. And what? And we're supposed to foot the bill? According to multiple U.S. officials, since the start of the conflict in February, which the U.S. Oh, God, it's not even the U.S. It's this fucking administration. It's the globalists. It's like they started this shit. The U.S. has trained only a few thousand Ukrainian soldiers on specific weapons systems. But to combat Russia's ongoing aggression... Okay. Wasn't Ukraine part of the USSR at one time? Wasn't the Ukraine part of Russia at one time?
Ukraine was part of Russia.
Yeah, it was part of Russia.
Whenever the USS fell apart and they wrote the Russian Confederation, or the paperwork for the Russian Federations, Ukraine, while it was not made into a part of Russia, it was given its independent sovereignty. It still receives money from Russia for its annual fucking budget.
Okay.
So technically, yes, it's still under the influence of Russia.
The SS rule has not been fully diminished. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it was fully diminished, but it was part of. They were still getting their funding from Russia because it still has Russian citizens in it.
I'm just gonna
it's
say
sad they're just destroying. A lot of Russians and Ukrainians have family members in both places, so it's kind of really sad that they're kind of like destroying themselves over there. But yeah.
I want to say all this military action needs to cease until there is a full audit of the finances in the Ukraine. I want to know where every dollar.
None of these people want an audit of anything because they're like, oh yeah, we know. Oh God, please don't look at any of our receipts. None of them tell a good story.
I imagine that we as citizens need to demand that all these activities cease until we know where everything is being allocated and spent clearly and transparently. This administration
withhold your taxes as a protest and then demand an audit of where my tax money is going to before I pay my taxes.
That would be fantastic if everybody in the fucking United States would get on board, but most people are so fucking scared.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's understandable, but at the same time, it's like people don't understand if we all just like stood up, we could accomplish so much more with getting rid of this corrupt bullshit.
Yes, we all could, but most people have been trained to fucking stay in your lane and fucking keep your head down.
They don't want to go through the hardship.
Well, then all they need is a nice PR to say something along the lines of, do you ever wonder where your money is being spent? Wouldn't you like to know? And just start a campaign, like a pro-audit campaign, and just put it out there very flowery and very whimsical, like what they do to everyone else when they say, hey, go and take some mystery sauce. And, and stuff like that. And so many people signed on, but they used all that hey, we're hip and we're jive and stuff like that. And go and do this for the betterment of everyone. It's like, well, wouldn't it be nice to where your money's going? Wouldn't you like to know where your money's going for the benefit of your kids and your grandmother?
You asked too many questions.
But wouldn't it be nice to know where the money is going if your grandmother dies and you have an inheritance and it's being taxed? Wouldn't you like to know where your inheritance tax is going and why you're not getting as much as grandma promised you?
See, if people were smart, they would just go ahead and fucking shift that shit around before they died, and then that would completely stop that inheritance tax shit. Because if you die with nothing in your name, there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And at the same time, not everyone's on with that. I think that I think a PR campaign, and Lord knows, it's like the signal that they have been trying to stop cannot be stopped. So I would say ride on the bandwidth. It's like, and just, I mean, fucking, some of us worked in communications and participated in PSYOPs. I'm pretty sure that we could create an out of like a non-government PSYOP. I'm pretty damn sure. And yeah, it would be attacked. The thing is, it would also cause people to stop and think. It's just,
And yeah, and we can't have people thinking.
and
No,
people
no, no.
must think. They must
Yep, we can't
think.
have that.
We must. Well, I understand that you're being sarcastic. We must have them think.
Yeah, probably 20% of us do.
Well, let's see what's going on with this. So here are the people who don't think. These student loans. Oh, what did they think was going to happen? Oh, they thought that they were going to get a free ride. Well, apparently that's been yoinked again. Let's see. The Biden administration was dealt another setback. Why is it the Biden administration which is dealt the setback? If the thing goes through, it's the American taxpayer which gets dealt a setback.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Yes, they were given a setback, and if they hadn't, yeah, who would be getting the setback? Everyone else.
Okay, so let me make this very clear from, a person, who is who I am. And that can be interpreted however anyone wants to.
It'd be better than being who you're not, so please continue.
Well, let's just put it this way. Okay, so we have students and the forgiveness plan and stuff like that. Okay, so for you same people who might be on board, outside of this audience, who might be picking up this feed somewhere else and such, you're totally okay with paying for a person going through transgender reassignment. Okay, you're okay paying for that because clearly you've been paying for that and you're absolutely fine with it. Your taxes going up, the price of your food going up, the price of your commodities and services increasing, you're okay with that, okay? So you must be okay with paying someone else's tuition as well, right? Of course you are. Well, that's just it. I'm talking to the people outside of this audience now, because maybe some people have tuned in. Why are you okay with that? Why are you okay with so many of these public assistance programs for things which are only going to put you in a deficit and remove your ability to make generational wealth? Do you know who I'm talking to now? People who have complained about not having generational wealth, people who are disadvantaged in what is the buzz phrase used? Pardon me? Is it disadvantaged?
Financially disadvantaged, disenfranchised.
It's because it's because massive government told me I has to.
You sound like you're.
I has to.
Are you from an underserved community, sir or ma'am? I don't know. What are your pronouns?
Zimzers.
Well, I don't.
The pronouns are easy. It's go fuck yourself.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I can use those because that's not part of my culture.
Fuck around, find out.
Okay. Well, that is part of my culture.
Rap and Scatman.
Okay, well, now we're just getting ridiculous. So.
But no, we already were ridiculous. We're just leaning in.
I am acknowledging you. Calm down. Okay, so. A second federal appeals court rejected the administration's bid to put a hold on ruling blocking President Biden's student debt relief policy.
Come on, guys, let us do the unconstitutional thing we want to do.
And that's the thing, is it's fucking unconstitutional. It's like, it's like, dude.
So is the Department of Education, and so is the whole loan project that fucking they set up. Everything that has been done with the student loans was unconstitutional. So if they go back and actually the Supreme Court does a true ruling on it, the Department of Education would be completely fucking dismantled.
That'd
be good.
Did any of this get put into amendments into our Constitution? Was any of this stuff amended?
No.
Then it needs to go.
All this was made by executive order.
Then it all needs to go.
Is what you're the phrase you're looking for.
if this stuff isn't properly amended into the Constitution, then it needs to go, because currently it's an illegal system and it needs to be removed and not exercised any longer. And I think that it's not even a thought. It's like a definite. It's like it's what this country is. It needs to come to a legitimate vote, and I vote no. I don't want to fucking support someone else's education unless it's through a grant program where the education they are receiving is certainly beneficial to our country. Gender studies doesn't cut it in my mind, because I've already been through the fucking gender affirmation process. I can clearly, I mean, I'm a fucking activist now against gender affirmation because it's a medical freaking experiment, and now I have fucking diabetes because of it. Fuck.
Damn.
Now, college for military service, I'm behind that. The rest of them get fucked.
Yes, the GI Bill, absolutely. You serve your country, you get some kickbacks and stuff like that, because it's an exchange. It's a proper exchange of, like, you serve honorably, you receive an honorable discharge, you are serving honorably, and you are getting an education while in service to your country. That's not an easy task. So I have a fuck ton more respect. Pardon me?
Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
I have a fuck ton more respect for people who serve this country honorably than I do for any fucking entitled little bitch who goes and calls other people entitled while accepting so many fucking handouts. It's like, no, I don't want to pay for your shit. I don't. It's not that I'm selfish. It's that, what the fuck have you done to deserve it? It's
Yeah,
Can we at least give him a trophy?
No!
It's funny. It's like the rich. It's like the rich people are jealous of the poor people getting handed stuff, and they want to get handed stuff, so they just hand each other stuff.
Hang on. Here's the problem is fucking they do the student loans, and then you have these dumbasses who continue, because there's a system in which you can work the student loans, which it pushes us out further and further to actually have to pay, where you go in and every year you take another semester. One semester every fucking, I'm not sure on the cycles for the college, but as long as you maintain taking one semester and never get a doctorate, you could virtually go through school your whole fucking life and never have to pay the loans. And that's where these people are getting. The stupid ones are going and getting doctorates and being told, oh, you're out of luck now. Now you have your doctorate. So now you have to start paying back that whole fucking loan all of a sudden. It's one of the loopholes in the education system, is you can continuously go forever to school as long as you do not get a doctorate.
Hello.
Yes, hello, good morning.
Cali girl.
Oh my gosh, Cali girl.
Good morning.
Hey guys.
What the hell happened to you?
Funny ass show this morning.
Well, thank you. Good morning. What the hell happened to you? I need explanation.
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
Okay. All right.
I fell into one of those holes, you know.
Well, it looked you up and your name was gone.
It didn't take me 7 years to get out though, but you know, we all have our own speed.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
7-year hole.
I'm going to say this. I'm happy that you're alive. It's good to hear your voice. I don't need to know why you were gone. I'm just glad you're back, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome, and good morning. Hugs.
So you guys are talking about my favorite subject, which is school and matriculation and all that shit. I know all that. First of all, you can not keep going to school and not get a degree. They changed that sometime in the 90s. I don't know when exactly, but they put a cap on how many units you can get. So a unit is how many a unit equals a certain amount of hours in school, and each unit, when you're an hour in school, you're supposed to study for 3 hours, so it's considered 4 hours. So if you take 12 units, you're full time. It's a whole thing. There's a whole study about matriculation, and there's a whole bunch of writing about it, and it's a whole bunch of shit. Anyway, so you can't just keep going on and on and on. But you can stretch out your time. So if you go in as a disabled student and you take your fundamental classes, say you didn't graduate high school, you can actually get paid college credits or financial aid for, you have to take 12 credits to qualify for financial aid.
Full time.
And that's at like a CSU, so or a state college, I would say, state college, and then also the big colleges also. And you qualify based on income, and if you had a child or something, you become the income. It's not your parents' income. So if your parents are like billionaires, and then you have a child, you now become an individual, and as long as you don't have any of your parents' billions of dollars, you will qualify for financial aid. Another way you become an adult is if you emancipate out of the foster system. The foster kids can actually get a whole lot more money than just a normal poor person. If you've been in the foster system for any time, or maybe even a week, you would qualify for extra financial aid package each year. Um, it's a lot of money, and the college gets money, the student gets money. So when the colleges bring in a student, the college is going to get a matched amount of financial aid as the student gets. And then there's special programs. There's equal opportunity programs where certain students in certain situations will get their books paid for. They might get an extra amount of funding. Anyways, the college system is very interesting. The financial aid aspect is very interesting. Education in and of itself is what makes a first world country. That's what makes us a first world country. When we degrade our education, we degrade our country. And I notice there's a lot of degrading of educated people. Now, I understand that because the people that are educated, that are given the platform to speak, are not speaking on our behalves. They're not getting the opportunity to share their wisdom because they're getting cut off of YouTube or whatever, whatever the big, media thing is now, is either YouTube or TV. It used to be we got all our information from the churches because we were a secular country and we didn't believe in putting our babies out or killing our babies. That is not our culture. That is from another culture. And I'm not going to talk about what culture, because I'm not going to talk bad about whatever. You guys do a great job. You guys are comedians. I loved, oh my God, you guys had me in stitches when you were tearing up Stacy. Hilarious. Anyways, I'm off my soapbox. Thanks for welcoming back, Kevin. You
Yes.
look awesome. You look awesome. You look great. I love your new haircut. Your eyes are shiny and pretty. I know that makes you, that's a whole nother subject, but I love your eyes. I'm always going to be an eye lover. I love to see people's eyes because what do they say? Your eyes are the window to your soul. I don't want to see your soul. I know what your soul is. Your soul is, with Jesus, and that's what I love. And that's why I love you guys.
Well, it's
'Cause
so
you
good to
guys-
have you back, Cali girl.
Yeah.
And
That was a
for-
little wordy. I know that was wordy for a few years.
Well, this is why you are loved. Okay, so
Turn her off. Turn her off. She's talking too much. No.
oh,
Okay. Well, I'm around. It's the holiday season. I get kind of weird I don't get weird. I get in my little holiday bubble. I'm in one of those little what do you call it? Those little snowballs.
well, welcome rolling back in. Let's just put it that way. I'm so glad that you're okay.
I love the changes. I love the new name, and I love all of it. It's great. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And since you did comment on my eyes, I do want to ask a vote poll. Raynoth brought up yesterday that I have elf ears. I'm okay with that. If I do
Yes.
indeed have elfish ears. Bruce said that elfish ears come to a point, and I said, Bruce, that's the kink fetishist in you talking. Not all elf ears come to a point. Some of them have
but your ears do come to just a little bit of a point.
They do come to just a little bit of a point, but I might be an elf. I don't know. And
You
this
sound
skin,
great.
You're a little
You
too tall to be an elf, aren't you?
I don't know. I
Too
will say
short.
this.
Well, since you're
You're too
married to an
short to be an
engineer,
elf.
it's probably more of a Vulcan logic thing.
I might be a half breed. I could be part dwarf, part elf.
I don't know how you're gonna take this, but I was getting David Bowie vibes, so.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad because David Bowie had a dick. Oh, that's
Oh, well.
All right.
Yeah, I guess you know.
I am sad.
Now you have dick envy. What the fuck?
Now I have penis envy.
I always said if I had one of those, I'd play with it all day long.
Oh, for
Welcome
fuck's
to
sake.
the Dickless David Show.
Wow. Okay. Now I have something to say. 45. I don't know if you are if you have your appointment. And I don't know.
Yes, I am leaving shortly.
I wish that you could reschedule your appointment.
Reschedule.
Are you going to take us with you on mobile?
I haven't decided.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll see 45 in mobile. Maybe we won't. 45. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, and you guys are talking about my skin. My skin is over 50 years old, so if you guys are saying it's looking lovely and stuff like that, no, I do not take adrenochrome. My husband says I take very good care of myself, and this is true. I eat well, I exercise, I do cardio. I'm currently up to my 8-mile climb, which I'll be doing again tomorrow. So if you like the skin, for whatever reason you like the skin, just take care of yourself. I mean, I smoke. And this is it. This is what you end up looking like.
Do you use any product on your face, any oils or anything? I don't
No.
know.
Puts the lotion on the skin.
Every once in a while, I might throw something on my face, but I don't have a daily routine or anything like that. It's just drink water. It's like stay away from sugar and drink water. It's just
stay away from sugar.
Just
wait
stay
a minute.
hydrated.
Wait a minute. Bruce supplies the lotion.
Stay away from sugar. I thought it was stay away from alcohol and excessive opioids.
Well, yeah, definitely stay away from the
all
opioids.
that stages, yeah.
That depends on what your definition of excessive is.
Well, that is to be defined. So let's define it right now.
Well,
what is
in
excessive?
my opinion, excessive opioids is any of them. But that's because I don't go to doctors. I don't take any of that bullshit. Fuck that.
Speaking of opioids, don't they say that you could fail a drug test if you have like a poppy seed bagel or something like that?
You need a lot of poppy seeds.
Yeah.
You need a lot of poppy seeds.
Is that a myth or is that like 100% fact?
It's variable depending
I think
on
it's
the amount, but
exaggerated.
it's because the poppy seed has the same base chemical pairs as a cannabis plant does within it.
Well, it is poppy, so I mean. Yeah,
because they come up as a cannabinoid, not a opioid. With the
Well, you know, in California, they don't test for marijuana anymore for the drivers for Amazon, and because they found out that they could get more workers.
From what I've seen, they're actually talking about doing a nationwide with truck drivers, changing from doing a urinalysis to a mouth swab. And a mouth swab makes it where as long as you haven't smoked any cannabis within 30 days, or I'm sorry, within 2 to 3 days normally, or you just wash your mouth out before you go take the damn swab.
Yeah.
So they're looking at it that way because they're having a problem getting truck drivers
that
because
don't smoke. Well, but they have showed that smoking actually is not really detrimental to driving. There's no correlation between smoking and accidents and shit, because what it does, it is actually relaxes. But you know, who knows whose science that is? You know, right now I'm at the point where I'm going to question everybody's science. I don't care if it's in the medical journals or whatever, because all the data is fucked up. And like Kevin was saying, we want to audit on everything.
Yes.
We want it all audited. We want our checks and balances. That's what we were taught as children. And balances.
After the audit, then we just say, nope, we keep it all. Fuck off.
Yeah.
We do the audit to arrest everybody, and then we just get the whole system cut the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't know. And then the thing about not paying your taxes. Oh, sorry.
All right. Well, while Cali Girl is addressing whatever the hell that technology is going on in the background over there.
I'm sorry, you guys.
It's okay. Mad World did not even think that brother take a compliment. Did I take a compliment? It's not usual for me to take a compliment. So, yeah, if I took one, yeah, congratulations. You saw me take a compliment.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna run, but I was just gonna say real quickly about not paying your taxes. You can't not pay your homeowner's taxes. If you do that, they're gonna take your house within 3 years.
Can you
So,
squat?
I mean, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but it's gonna be a bigger mess, and it's just gonna be a big mess. Nobody wants to lose their house.
Yeah, you're right. That's one of them we'd have to go within the city and state legislatures.
Yeah, I think you have to get an attorney and you'd have to still pay the money to the attorney and the attorney would hold the money. I don't know how we would do it. It would have to be, I mean, it would have to be some big class action where everybody got into the same freaking thing. I don't know if it'd have to be state by state, but you can't just not pay your taxes. Now you can not work and not pay taxes if you don't work. For certain jobs, you can do gig work, or if you're if you're doing your own business.
Well,
a lot of
now remember the IRS is now telling everybody that if you made $600 period across, or
yeah, you gotta declare it. Yes. Yeah.
So
Okay,
that's
I'm gonna
China.
run. I love you guys.
Love you too. All right.
Love you too. Bye.
Good to see you.
Well, then I have. I
Now,
have.
is the 600, is that transactional or is that total? So I believe that's just per like one transaction.
I thought it was transactional because if it's
I will
total.
get back to you on that one. I need to
It's
actually
probably
look that
a
one up.
minimum. If you make anything over 600,
Well, then,
they're gonna report
okay. If it is an aggregate, then please do not send any more money, please, because I really don't want to have to be. I need to have a talk with some of the people who donate to this show and tell them to stop donating because that I do not need that kind of attention. All right. Don't need to be audited over here. Okay, so, and BB, good
Give
morning.
him all the money.
Donate it to Ivan.
No, yeah, don't donate it to Yvonne either because Yvonne's got the same problem. It'll push him into a different bracket.
Now, who is over there?
Just figure out how much your taxes are and find a good like local charity you can believe in and make the tax deductible contributions. Fuck them.
I'll donate it to myself. All right. So good morning, Zero. I see you over there. All right.
Hi.
Hey. All right. So let's see. What did I have left in this thing? I had a couple. Okay. So that guy who punched that Asian. Oh, this guy. 100 times. Well, apparently now he has been sentenced to 17.5 years in prison.
Was that the one that they did that outside the mall like a year ago?
I think that he followed her to her residence and
Place of residence, yeah.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
17.5 years is not enough. You
That's
pummeled.
attempted manslaughter.
That's no. You don't get to come back out to society.
That's probably what they gave him. That's why he got 17 and a half years.
Yeah. Well, isn't it 15 to 20 for murder?
It depends
and then
on
with a chance of parole, whether they deem that.
It's variable depending on what state that is.
Yep.
So you could possibly kill somebody and get less time for killing them than attempting.
You know, in
That's
certain
fucked
countries,
up.
if you injure a person, if you injure a person, it is worse than killing them. So in some countries, if you run a person over and if they live, it is better for you, not for your soul, but for your existence on the planet, to back up and just run them over again. Make sure you finish them off in certain countries. I do not condone this. I'm just saying.
I'll be back in a phone call.
Okay. I'm just saying that in some countries, unfortunately, it is better that you end a person's life instead of injuring the person, because if you injure the person, they can come at you for all sorts of things, but if you end their life for some
Especially if they
reason,
break in your house.
oh, it's just, are we going there? Are we going there as a country to where you
We're
can't
already
defend yourself?
there.
We're there. All right. So this needs to be dealt with. All right. All right. So let's see. Trending news from the Associated Press. Now, I don't know if this was during the pre-show or it was during this show, but France is now making a push to collect heirloom weapons. Now,
Oh,
Surprise, surprise.
now yesterday during this, I was showing an image of a bomb, a robot for taking care of bombs. And it was under the headline of San Francisco to allow robots to go out, weaponize, what have you. Are these heirloom weapons? Is this what they consider an heirloom weapon?
anything. Well, the antiqueness, but yeah, old weapons are definitely considered in heirloom. Anything that could have been handed down from one generation to the next would be considered an heirloom.
Okay, so are these semi-automatic weapons?
Well, they haven't been around. They've been around at least a generation. That's easy to say that, but I guess that breaks down to what their lawfare says. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
just
Okay.
because we call them an heirloom doesn't mean that's how the law is worded.
Right,
True.
but what we're talking about here is that they have existed for generations. They're part of a culture or a tradition. So, if they've existed all this time and they have served their purpose, or these things have served their purpose, why do they need to be collected?
I think what the deal is, and we're going to be facing this here real soon, and you see it where they don't have a weapons problem in London with guns because they don't have guns, so it's knives. So we have to take the knives away, and that's what this is getting at.
Yeah.
All these people coming from other countries are way more savage because they don't have guns, they don't have all these things, so
Yeah, you
they
have to
do
get
it the
creative.
old way.
That's why you see the shit. They got the people running around with machetes, chopping people up and shit.
Exactly. I think that's what that's aimed at.
Or acid,
now.
Yeah, they just want to
chemicals.
disarm you with everything. So no spoons, forks, or knives.
Well, that sounds like institutional living.
I mean, that's what they want for everybody. They want us all in that fucking mirror city, fucking where you only leave, you don't move more than one block in your whole lifetime.
And you can only have a spork.
I showed a cat earlier. The cat's name was Smells. Smells had a fork, no knife, and a full plate of food.
And
And
wine.
that was shown to the public for whatever reason to go and push it in people's faces going, look, this cat has more than you do. But they want to disarm, following this out, disarm you, show you images of animals being treated better than you're going to be treated. Wake up, America. It's time to wake up now. It's really time to wake up, America. Or, the internet is international, so if you're in some other nation, I got a comment yesterday from somebody from England or the UK. Wake up. It's time to wake up now.
Still trying to.
It's time to stand up and reclaim your heritage, your traditions, and your culture. And it's time to accept being called a bigot and a phobe of whatever they want to call you. The names don't affect us like they affect them. And we are actually very diverse. I was having a conversation with my husband last night. I was talking about diversity. I said, what is the definition of diversity? How does one thing become diverse? How do you make a diverse group of people? And he's like, well, you need to have this many of like this kind of person, this many of this kind of person, this many of this kind of person. I was like, okay, so let's say you have all these groups of diverse people by that definition. You're going to have remainders. You're going to have people who can't be put into any groups because they can't be diversified. So what do you do with them? And he's like, well, I don't know. And I was like, so would it not make sense that the definition of diversity you just gave me is the same as conformity? I was like, so by your definition of diversity, you are requesting conformity. I was like, since when has the progressive left espoused conformist values?
Is that word twisting?
I totally did, because you see, I used to be on the left, so I know how to do this. I know how to play this fucking game too. Except being now with a conservative group and community, I can take the information I get from this community and I can repackage it and blast it back to the side I came from. It stumped him. It caused a shutdown, is what it did. And he had to think about it. I could see that he was thinking, because I was watching his brow furrow and I was watching the crease come down, and he was actually like, giving that look on the face like, this makes no sense. What you just said makes no sense. I think I red pilled him. I'm sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just saying does not compute. Does not compute.
When you think about it, they push diversity on us, and at the end, it's conforming to their ideas.
Uh-huh.
Right. And that's what I packaged out to him, and he received it. I saw he received it, and he could not make sense of it. Because when it comes down to it, if you're going to define what diversity is and then execute that definition as we've seen it being executed through all these different programs in corporations, in business, in schools, employment, diversity hiring, equal opportunity, all this stuff, without
It's all fucking horseshit.
Without merit, because it's not based on merit. All it is based on is enforcing the very racism and colorism and just all the stuff which these people say that they are against. They practice daily while saying that they're against it, and they do not see the hypocrisy. So I just want to repackage the hypocrisy and go and get out a trebuchet, if you will, and flip that back on over to the plantation, because I think it's time for them to look at I think they need something to unpack. And I think that this is worth unpacking. So let me see. I'm going to look at the chats and see if I missed anything.
And
I misunderstood. And what's up?
With the $600 thing in the IRS, it's that if you make over $600 on Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle, they want you to claim it, even if it includes part-time work, side gigs, and selling goods. That's what it is. If you use those three applications to make money, and it's over $600, they want you to claim that.
What about the scams that they're doing on Zelle also?
That I don't know about all that. I'm just saying this is what the IRS is saying. Is if you make over $600 on any of these, no matter whether it was part-time work, side gigs, or selling goods, you have to claim it, or you're supposed to claim it. They want you to claim it.
So annually or transactionally?
We'll still have to get more back into that. Before this year, the threshold was at least 200 transactions that totaled over 2021. I'll need to go and read the bill, and I will get back to y'all on that.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right. So, Mad World, yeah, it's possible I misunderstood and made it backwards. I do that sometimes. I don't know where to go with that, though. And that's regarding the compliment aspect. So if I made it backwards, I mean, I'm having menopause. I don't even remember what I said. I'm going to have to review the video later to make sense of any of this. So, my apologies. Anyway. Wow. Let's move on here. So we've got France. They want to, take these weapons from their people. I think that's a bad idea. Just register, I don't, it's like the idea of registering even is just so weird. It's like, why? I understand the tracking concept of it, but it's like, just be a good person and don't fucking commit crimes. I mean, it seems like it's a simple concept to me that if you do a crime, you're going to do the time. It's very simple. So it doesn't matter if your weapon is registered or not. And I don't even see the point of a freaking weapon registry. It's like if you go and you cause a crime or if you cause harm to someone and you are caught, then, you go to trial and you're found guilty or innocent and you face your punishment or your
Yeah, but
release.
they're not doing that. Look at the Soros prosecutors and stuff. They're doing exactly the opposite. They're making you register all your stuff and empowering the criminals and setting them free right after they do it.
Then they're in contempt. And they
And
should be.
they've got illegal weapons that they don't have to register. So what the fuck?
Then they're in contempt. They're in contempt of every country which they reside in. If their country has a Bill of Rights, if it has a constitution, if it has law, then those people are in contempt of those courts in those countries and should be brought to justice. And by justice, I do mean going and standing before a trial, getting judged by a jury of peers, not people who have been like paid off or anything like that. Just it's
justice needs to be brought to justice. It needs to be redefined.
Yeah, well, justice needs to just be traditional as it has been.
I feel like they've been able to manipulate the judicial system so much that it just delays punishing a criminal.
As we've
If at
seen.
all punishing a criminal.
As we have seen.
The bar system and the justice system and admiralty law has no place here.
Yep. Not at all.
What happened to being judged by a jury of your peers?
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier with the jury of the peers.
Instead of, yeah, well, they plant people in with money, and then they're like, yeah, we'll just throw it our way for our agenda.
And people with money making all the laws and shit and just imposing it on everybody else.
It's funny how they say, oh, like people say, oh, I don't like politics, blah blah blah, and I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Politics has sunk its teeth into every fabric of our society. Every outcome is political at this point because they used every trick they could think of. No matter what you're talking about or trying to do, is there's a political side to it.
It permeates all of society.
Yes. I don't have those big words in my my little brain.
Pick them up as you go, bro. That's all.
I know.
Did you guys see this Montana legislative referendum 131 requires medical care for infants born alive, and so far 95% of the vote is in and it's a no? This measure would adopt the Born Alive Infant Protection Act. This is the measure which would adopt the Born Alive Infant Protection Act, which provides that infants born alive, including infants born live after an abortion, are legal persons and require health care providers to take necessary actions to preserve the life of a born alive infant. And so far, this Montana, the state, and I know that this is only like, it's got to be Helena, Missoula, and maybe like one other area of Montana, which would be saying no to this, because I imagine the rest of Montana is very on board with protecting a child. It just stuns me that people would say, no, there should not be any protections for an infant born alive. This goes back to that. Go on.
That born alive as in like it survived the abortion, or like just born alive as in it came out of the womb or whatever?
Including infants born alive after an abortion.
Oh, okay. I mean, at that point, I think you pretty much screwed that person's life up, or that whatever you want to call it, the baby's life up, because you ripped it apart and it's still somehow manage to live.
Not all babies go through that procedure though. Not all
Okay.
babies are mechanically, and here comes a term you never want to put with baby, mechanically separated.
Yeah.
Yes. Ugh.
Ugh. Let me see. What do we have here? Raynoth is studying right now. But yeah, who wouldn't want to try to preserve the life of an infant? Now, come on, Montana. Montana, if a hole opens in the sky over your state, everyone's going to know why. Let's see.
Montana, for the most part, from what I understand, is pretty red. So,
Well, look, Ohio has its head out of its ass. Require U.S. citizenship to vote in local elections, and they're like, yes. Well, good for you, Ohio.
I thought that was already a requirement.
I thought so too.
It's literally in the Constitution.
Well, 93% of the vote is in, and so far they're, okay, because let's read it. This measure would amend the state constitution. So it's like,
It wasn't in the state constitution.
Okay, so yeah, get it into the state constitution as well, just in case the states ever secede from the federal branch of the government. Because that would be important to have state constitutions in place and, codified so that if the states were to ever, I don't know, disassemble from the union, that they have their own laws in place, definitely. Maybe that's coming. Maybe that's why this is even being entertained, is maybe there's something in the mix that we're not quite aware of yet. And that's why, sometimes what you don't hear about is the stuff you need to hear about.
yes.
Let's see. Require permit to buy firearms, ban high capacity magazines. Now, who? Oregon. Of course, Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon passed that, and a bunch of sheriffs came out and said, "No, we're not fucking enforcing that shit. Y'all can go fuck yourselves."
Yeah, well, good, because what the fuck, Oregon? Have you not looked at Portland? Have you not looked at, like, your state? Your state used to be gorgeous, and now it's, like, it just smells like shit and meth and shame. Oh, just so bad.
No,
I blame
that-
California.
The way you know a psyop is working the best is when you don't know you're in a psyop.
When you what?
Yeah.
The way a psyop is working the best is when you don't know you're in a psyop. I know I butchered the hell out of that, but
No, I understand now. Now that I heard you.
that's what you're looking at there with Oregon. That's a psyop that is fucking working beautifully.
Yes,
What psyop?
Right, Salty Mad Jamison. Most states do have their own constitution. Yes, that is something which is true.
I thought it was required that for the state to join the United States governments, they had to have a state constitution.
Yeah, from my understanding, that is true. And that the idea that there are people who are currently putting measures on ballots amending, and this one,
Right.
the idea that, what was that one? The requirement to be a U.S. citizenship to vote. It seems like that already would have been something, but maybe it was missing.
Maybe they didn't even consider that back when the Ohio Constitution was put together, because it was already written in the federal Constitution.
Yeah,
I think how we got where we're at is the constant onslaught of little bullshit legislation being constantly manipulated and added.
Uh-huh.
And now we're where you got to vote it in to go ahead and read what's in it.
See, this is all state by state. This I don't, the state by state thing I get. It's when they start taking states and then try to apply their state's laws to all the other states in the union. That I don't like that. Because some of these states are really fucked up with what they allow. Like, I would never want California law. There are some good California laws. However, the ones that we're talking about are the outrageous California laws. Like, go out and infect people with STDs and not have to suffer any real consequences for, what is it? You go and you have an STD, you give someone else the STD, and then they have a portion of their state constitution which says the public taxpayer then funds the treatment for people going out and getting STDs and giving STDs. Well, that doesn't work very well for a society to
What the
constantly
fuck?
be bleeding the taxpayers of their. You know where I'm going with
Upside
this?
down.
Who would do that? Who does that? Like, go and say you have a house. Who puts a sign out in front of their house that says "Come shit on my kitchen floor, and I will clean it up for you"?
It's the
Please.
same people who run stoplights and run right into Starbuckses. It's the same people.
Oh, that's
They're
ridiculous.
freaking idiots.
I just think that people should consider that when they're voting for certain things, consider, do you want this for everyone? And do you want it being applied to you? Because my husband often says these things won't apply to us. When he does certain things in his life or makes decisions, he's like, we don't have to suffer consequence. I'm like, dude, it's like, it's like, it will eventually come back. That is how this shit works in this life. Is you can't just put it out and not expect it to come home. It's like all things come home eventually. But
It's like saying, okay, we're gonna ban crime, right? And then they use some magic words and just hide behind smoke and mirrors to do the crime, but they're still doing the crime, but they don't see that they're being like, they use those magic words that like perk people's ears up, like, yeah, that sounds good, but they don't understand the consequences behind them like a petulant little child.
it's just, and we're dealing with adults too. That's the thing. They're not petulant children. We're dealing with adults who act like oh my gosh. Well,
Petulant adults.
petulant adults. This is a problem. Well, I think, let me see. We've got the CEO of Balenciaga. I don't even know. Man,
That's a big word, babe. Good job.
what's up?
Yay.
What are we looking at? Okay, we're not. This, do you guys want to see this? They're called child sex mannequins with genitalia for faces. You know what? I don't wanna. Here, I'm just gonna drop the link. If anyone else wants to go look this up, I really don't want to put this out in a video feed because what's below this is fucking disgusting, as far as I'm concerned. Should it be allowed to exist? It can exist. Do I believe that the artists who make these things should be held
allowed to exist? No.
Oh, I have an issue with this. It's like I believe that the artists should
not be allowed to exist.
Okay, the artists should definitely be taken out of society. Should the art be allowed to exist temporarily? I don't see any benefit into what this is. I don't see any benefit.
It's an abomination of the word art to call it that.
Yeah, except that it is someone's form of art. So I would never buy it. I would never distribute it. Fuck it. I'm going to show it. Okay, guys, get ready. If you have kids in the room, make the kids leave. Understand, I'm showing this for educational purposes. There you go. CEO of Balenciaga parent company owns auction site that sells child sex mannequins with genitalia for faces. Now, I do not believe that these are sex dolls. I believe that these could be equated to something of like those tchotchkes you see, like a very perverted version of a Hummel figurine is what I think that these are.
Isn't it funny that these Satanist fucks are coming out more and more and making themselves more prevalent, and people still aren't seeing this stuff?
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
no shit. I
right.
agree with you on that.
All right, well, this is for educational purposes. I am not condoning any of this, and absolutely, if you're not aware that this shit is going on, good morning. Welcome to the real world. Good fucking
Sunday
morning.
morning.
Yeah. Are you okay with this? Are you okay with what they want to call art? Are you okay with the what's this one called? Two-faced cunt. There.
Oh.
Are you
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, see there's
You
the
sick fucks.
there's the vulva
Oh.
or the orifice is like right there. It's two-faced cunt. Right there. Okay, I'm sorry, ladies. I didn't
Wow.
make it. What the fuck is this? Cockroach kid. All right. All right, public. Hey, Susan
What the
Wojcicki.
fuck with
Susan
these people?
Wojcicki, do you get off on this, Susan? I mean, I'm just asking questions.
Probably
Here-
does. She's a fucking Satanist, too.
Well, we're not going to make any aspersions here or anything like
Allegedly.
that. Allegedly. In Minecraft.
Allegedly.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, audience. I'm sorry. I did not want to show this. I did not want to show this.
Yeah, these are sick fucking people, man.
Mentally ill.
This isn't like Dungeons and Dragons, like freaking like cosplay. This isn't I mean, yeah, sure. Now you could like if you were playing like let's say a role-playing game, you might come across this art in your video game. Or if you're into collecting miniatures, this would probably be a very killer scene for some swamp that you're like, you know, adventuring through. This certainly is not. Where does this fall into society? How do we apply this to society and call this acceptable? How is this acceptable? In which movie do we take children and morph them together like this? Okay? In which reality do we take a child and is this what transhumanism is? Is this to get people, is this part of like getting people used?
Trying to normalize.
Are we trying to normalize this look? Because are we getting to the point where we can take a person's face and maybe put phalloplasty on a rhinoplasty? And what the fuck does this shirt say? Because I'm pretty sure these words are, if you got out like a lens, you could probably read whatever the fuck is written on this shirt. It's like, is this what we're talking about when we're talking about? I mean, okay. There's a service.
And I just want to point out, this is not like a budget brand CEO. This is not like the guy over in Levi's or something. This is one of the like premier, elite, expensive brands. So you can just imagine who he's rubbing elbows with.
Yes. The very people who won't be released on the Epstein client list.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The people who are trying to dictate how we should be running and living our lives are the ones that are participating in the most heinous shit there is.
Yes. They want the transhumanism. I, being part of the experiment in transhumanism, I don't know if I'm transhuman at this point, but I'm certainly not biologically nor am I chemically made up of the same thing I was born as. I have been altered through science. I don't know, I might be transhuman at this point. I don't feel transhuman, but by the definition of what is scientifically considered transhuman, I may be. And I don't want this, because this is no way to live. This is no way to exist. This, and to normalize the depiction of youth with genitalia as faces, and to have them walking around in spider-like I mean, here, let's just zoom on down here. To normalize an aspect of death, to put a clown nose on it, to put horns on it, to put ears. The ears somehow haven't decomposed. The bugs. Eat the bugs. You will own nothing and you will be happy. Here we have this person. This isn't a person who decomposed. This person was flayed. And you want to know how I can tell? Because this right here, this aspect, is still with flesh. So this has not rotted, which means that if we're looking at this as art, this person or creature, was this a monkey? I have no idea. These look like monkey ears, but it looks like, I mean, is it simian? Disasters of War, but it looks like simian hands. It looks like simian ears. And then there's something written, like on this band of, I mean, it's just, for people who are into art, it's like when looking at a piece of art, the artist leaves a lot of clues as to what was going on in their mind.
People have been arrested for shit like that.
Well, that's why I didn't even want to show it. It's like, and that's why I have to say it's strictly for educational purposes, because I don't want to promote any of this stuff, but I want to expose it. It's like, okay, so there's the warning of graphic images. This was done by Jamie White. Let's see. Who is Jamie White? Post by Jamie White.
I bet he's got a dick nose.
Well, I don't know if he does or not. But apparently, Jamie White has been exposing, like, Balenciaga fan destroys thousands of dollars of designer clothes in protest. So I believe, Grayson? Didn't he just go and burn some Balenciaga shoes or something like that?
Yeah, he did in his video.
I never even heard of that company until you guys.
Well,
I have a shirt. I'm gonna go burn it. I didn't even know. I had no idea it was like a Goodwill thing I got. It's really nice, but no, I'm not gonna wear that shit ever again.
Let's see.
Say, make a video of it.
Hang on, a Balenciaga shirt.
Yeah.
Honestly, ma'am, I know this is gonna sound fucked up because it's still capitalizing off the product, but you go check it out and see what it's worth before you just burn it. I understand.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got it for $1 at the Goodwill.
That's fine.
I was not supporting Balenciaga per se. I was supporting the Goodwill.
That's what I'm saying. Since you spent money on it, say look it up. It might actually.
There's a lot of bootleg of that stuff, though.
Yeah, I don't even care. I know it's genuine because I know my clothes. I'm a fashion school dropout. I know my shit.
But how do you look at it? Do you look at it as $50 potential value or the dollar that you spent on it?
Yeah.
No, I don't give a fuck about the dollar.
Okay, I'm just saying sometimes you have to take yes, everything sucks, and what you want to do things, and then compensate with. If I push that out and let it go to someone else, the benefit that it would have on you.
For sure. And that's why I shop at one reason why I shop at Goodwill, because I used to work for the Goodwill industry, and as a job coach, helping disabled people, realize full potential. And there's nothing like taking some kid that is disabled that people are saying, well, what are we going to do with him, and getting him a job, and going back 10 years later and finding out that the kid that they thought couldn't even stock shelves is now running a cash register. It's been working there for 10 years.
I knew it. Selma Hayek is the wife of this guy. And by the way, Cali Girl, I didn't cut you off, did I?
No, you didn't. Not at all.
Thank you. So Selma Hayek is the current wife of a billionaire Kering CEO Francois Henry Pinault. Okay, so he is the owner of Christie's Auction House. All right, let's just go to Christie's Auction House here. I'm just curious. All right, so because I want to. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, so it just comes up on the front page of Christie's Auctions House.
Like I said, they're not even hiding it anymore.
No, bring me the head of. Okay, and then it's.
So he has ties to Hollywood. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna get to something else. Just wait. I'm not gonna sign up to your fucking gross.
Can we go back to Pinocchio? So they've been doing this for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
1966.
Geppetto.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that brings a whole new, and this one right here is obviously racist, but yeah, that brings a whole new meaning to the word.
Hang on, why is that obviously racist?
Well, the long, all the rings on the throat and the color. I mean, that is why, obviously. I don't know what's it called. The Hamburglar. There you go.
That's what his head looks like.
Well, Okay.
And that ring thing is an African thing that some of the women do in some, I don't know which tribes or what actual country, but that's a real thing. They put their gold rings on their neck to elongate their necks.
Yeah.
And then what the fuck is
Ne-
this? This
Neck
is Stephen
stretching.
Hawking going in like what? He's on the precipice of a cliff? Is this supposed to be funny? Ubermensch. Well, my word. That sounds anti-Semitic. What the hell is this? I don't even want. Why in the fuck? No, I just need to get out of here. The website.
Yeah, it gets too overwhelming for any
Well,
normal
it's not
person.
that I'm overwhelmed. It's that I became conscious that the website itself is a kind of spell.
Yeah.
The website itself is a bewitching.
Welcome back, 451.
45. Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
and the thing with the where
T-Mobile.
they're warning about the $600 on PayPal and all that shit. It seems that it's another one of their voluntary tax things. I'm not giving tax advice, but that's from everything I'm looking at. That's what it seems. It's another one of those. If you don't do this, you're going to get in trouble. Wagging the finger at taxes, like the whole fucking tax code is.
All right, how many of you? Okay, Pinot. Thank you, MBB. You are correct, and I know that you are correct. Being from, yes. Thank you, MBB. Selma Hayek. All right, have you guys ever seen Dogma?
Yes.
Okay, well, this is the woman who's married to the dude who has the auction house with the children with the genitals for faces and all that other fucking shit. Let's just.
And in particular,
yes.
In particular, in the movie Dogma,
yes,
she played Serendipity.
I made an echo.
Echo.
Hold on.
Yeah, Echo's back.
Hold on. Let me fix it. Okay, go on.
She played the character Serendipity.
Yes.
And in particular, in that movie, the character that she was playing made the comment about not having neither male nor female genitalia.
Right. Exactly. All right, so here we go.
Что вы тут делаете?
Доказываю, что я не гомик.
Что?
Долго
I don't remember it being in Russian. Anyway, that's Selma Hayek in this religious film called Dogma. It's supposed to be a comedy. It was actually a well, in my opinion, it was a heresy.
I love Jay and Bob.
Well,
see, Dogma was explaining some of the back. Here's the general idea of it. It was taking all of the different ideas within the Catholic religion and laying them out on the table.
What was that again?
It was taking all of the ideas behind the Catholicism in particular and laying it out all on the table. It was showing every one of what they considered the different dogmas within Catholicism itself.
It when I'm looking at the people who created it, and I'm looking at the people who acted in it, and I find out what they're up to now, in particular Selma Hayek. I mean, I am married to a leftist. I get that. Am I judging Selma Hayek? Maybe I'm judging Selma Hayek. If it's not Selma's business, then maybe she's not guilty. Maybe I'm exercising a bit
Guilt by association.
Guilt by I might be having. Okay, I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
But she's in Hollywood, so we know what most of the Hollywood people have to go through and have to deal with to stay in that circle.
All right, so it's a matter of where do I find my sympathies on this, and does it matter? I know this. I am responsible for myself. I will never buy nor condone any of the things which we just saw in that auction house. I would never support an artist who created such things. I would not ever desire such things in my life. I'm only responsible for myself. Okay. I was having a moment where I was stepping outside of a realm and stepping into the realm of judgment, and this is this if I understand the spiritual battle here, that's part of the deception, is to take on the role of a judge. And I should not take on the role of a judge. All I need to do is be responsible for myself. I do not condone what we just saw. I find it disgusting. I find it abhorrent. All right. All right. So,
We are under a spell, a satanic spell. Did you guys see? I know this is going back, but the bull ceremony at the Commonwealth.
the bull.
Yeah, I was
Games.
trying to.
Yeah,
I was
played
trying to
that.
show Kevin a video about that.
No, I played it. Do you remember? It was
Yeah.
actually
Oh, did you?
in one of the episodes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that was back a few months ago that they did that, but I just seen it for the first time and I was like, yeah, man, they're just really selling this to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just in your face. It's like and a
But
lot of
it's
people.
subtle and people don't know about it because
Yeah.
they don't know the symbolisms.
Well, look, I have a video and I'm going to share it with you guys. I watched about this lady who was talking about yoga, and I know some people think it's okay to do yoga, and yoga is actually a spiritual practice of Hinduism, and it has nothing to do with Christianity. And for a long time, they have been infiltrating the American culture with things like that, and breaking down our spirituality and just
Completely.
basically trying to kill Christianity. We already know what the ultimate goal is because most of us are Christians that are speaking, that are here today. In the future, the people that listen to us might just think we're fools. I'm not really sure. I don't really care. I know what I know and what I feel in my heart, and that's what I go by. Just like Kevin does too, and pretty much anybody that's speaking at the time. This is how we feel. Um, but the ruler of this world we know is Satan, and that's the spell that we're under. We're under a satanic spell, and so they're going to infiltrate Christianity in ways that we have never imagined they were doing, and we were participating in their rituals, and I'm not taking Christian liberties with anybody. You do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. I have to sometimes look around. Those little figurines and shit, those would not ever fucking come in my house because I have had the death metal in my life for a very long time. And some of those people have satanic hearts, but some of them are very Christian. They have very Christian. There's a lot of death metal that is Christian-based metal. But I have had those other ones, the satanic-based people in my house, and you can feel the energy. It's not a good energy. And when they leave their demons fucking around, it ain't fun. It's not.
I want to
Be careful who you invite in your house.
And what kind of images you put in your house.
Yeah,
that is true.
I'm not saying I'm not saying to remove all the images that are in your house, because some of the images that are horrific are a reminder of things that we need to remember. But yeah, our brains, we're definitely in a ritual. We're in a ritual.
It's the matter of inspiration. It's like if something inspires you to feel wicked, it's probably wicked, or you're wicked.
Yeah.
Or you're wicked. But if
Well,
typically wicked people don't know that they're wicked unless they're really into being wicked. Like that was their sole intent the whole entire time. There are some things. What's up?
One thing I realized over the last few weeks is that we all live in our own mind.
Oh yeah,
We all are in our own brain, and if somebody puts something a spell. They say words to you. You're disabled. You're a tranny. You're fat. You're a fucking kid eater. Whatever they're putting in your head, it's in your mind. It's in your mind, and how you deal with it within your brain is how your outcome's going to be. Whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're poor, whether you're old, it's how you live inside your own mind. When your mind is telling you something that you don't fucking want to hear, you turn that motherfucker off.
Well, what I
You
don't
tap
understand.
your head, you tell yourself, no, no, no. Or you go to your Christian, you go to, I mean, for me as a Christian, I go to Jesus. I go to God. I first go to God, I go to Jesus, I go to my prayer, to the prayer that keeps me out of that space. I am in control of how I think. I'm in control of how I hate or love. I can choose. Do I want to look at this from a loving perspective or from a demonic perspective? Anyways, off my therapy
I understand
loop
that.
for the day.
I understand that. There are some times when I will go through the house or be out, and I will, like, for instance, Bruce sometimes plays these particular instrumentals which I can feel are filling the
Yeah.
house with a very dark energy. And
Yep.
I think that's what I mean when let's look at the reality of it. When Bruce and I met, he was very attracted to my darkness. He was very, I mean, I was very dark. It was like just so not.
The dark is beautiful. It's the opposite of the light. But in the
Yes.
dark, it's very beautiful. Satan is very beautiful.
I had an ember. I had an ember of grace left in me which had not gone completely out. Thank God.
Thank you. Well, because we all have that. That's what the cross was for. Our our souls were bought at that time.
Yeah, well, sometimes life, if we allow it, can put a lot
But
of
Satan's
shade.
always trying to do that. Satan still wants to try to buy your soul, but he can't because that Jesus is in our soul. That's the Holy Spirit. That's the Holy Spirit that is alive.
Well, that's what I'd like
That
to
is the
say.
word.
To anyone who's thinking about selling their soul, realize this. All the demons which come to claim your soul are Walmart demons. You're never going to get what your soul is worth. Just keep that in mind. If you think about selling your soul, you might as well as just be getting something from China because yeah. So, Macron, back on November 20th, says we need a single global order. Macron calls for global government to avoid world war. Well, let's keep in mind what these people also want. They want you to eat the bugs. They want you to own nothing and be happy. They want to they're going to eat their lobster dinners. As we just saw with the White House, they're going to eat their buttered lobster and everything like that. They're not eating the bugs. I mean, when you're a leader and you call yourself a leader, you would think that if you want people to do something, you would set an example. Okay? So, I'm not eating the fucking bugs. If you're eating now granted, lobster, sea crustacean, I get it. Entomologically, yeah, they're similar. That's not the only thing you're eating, though. You're also eating the beef, the lamb, the pork, the poultry. It's like, so until you go onto a full vegan diet with all the insects and no more poultry, pork, any of that normal food, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it, sir. I don't want to hear about your stupid ass. And yeah, we will have a world war. Yeah, we will have a world war. Because what you guys want is antithetical to my culture. So, yes, there will be a war. I hope you're ready, sir. Because yes, if the options are submit to you or go to war, I choose war. If I'm left with no other option, I choose war. Because I'm not going to submit to this and what they
Yeah,
want.
no.
Fuck that. I am not submitting. What to? Let's just see. Who is this from? I don't even know who this is from. Oh, it's from Infowars.
They say all the.
How long is this? That's a 43-minute video. It may be a
Double
Thursday.
speed.
Oh.
Give me war, Frank.
I will just drop the link.
We need war, Frank. Give me
Please
war.
How do I get the link for this?
Right click.
I'm right-clicking.
Then you'll have to open it in a new tab. and then
dystopic things.
Well, it doesn't. Hold on. It doesn't allow for opening in a new tab.
Because at some point they.
Well, whatever.
Oh, then just drop the link that's in the
I'll just
standard HTTP link that you have now.
I'll
currently in
just
the
drop that link right there. If anyone wants to review the video which Alex Jones is going on about down there, I like Alex Jones. I don't care what people think. It's like I take what I want and I leave the rest. I don't have to subscribe to everything someone says. Alex Jones says some pretty fucked up shit sometimes, in my opinion. However, he also speaks a lot of truth. So it's like
I like him because of his beginning of like how we got started and everything, and I feel like he stayed faithful and true throughout all of his, whether he meant to accidentally say something or he was wrong about something. I feel like regardless of that, he has a pure heart about what he says and how he feels and his opinion on it. But for the most part, we all know he's pretty accurate. He's more accurate, than, the news or whatever. What's the news going to tell you? Maybe 10% of the truth and freaking the rest is 90% lies. I feel like it's the opposite with him. He's just telling you what they're writing about, whether what they're writing about is true or not. I mean, he'll get messed up by it too. Sure. Hey, a clock is right at least 2 times a day, right?
well, at least in the understanding of what we know as time. Look at this here. This is
Rapper regret.
Someone asked what a Walmart demon look, do they look like clowns? No, here I'm going to show you what a Walmart demon looks like. Here we go.
Selling his soul to the devil.
I sold my soul. Ever since I sold my soul, I haven't been happy ever since. The demon asked me, are you sure you want to sacrifice your soul? You can sacrifice someone that you love. I said, no. When you sell your soul, you got to sacrifice someone that you would love. And I sacrificed myself and stuff like that.
Walmart demon. That's the Walmart demon.
Oh, that's those stupid island boys?
I don't know.
That's the guy that did the Island Boys.
Yeah.
I'm an Island
That
Boy.
looks like a Kmart demon.
Okay,
Yeah, they made a
Kmart.
lot of money.
Walmart.
They made a lot of money on YouTube.
Do you hear that? For all the riches you made, sir, whatever you did, you celebrity, I guess we're using the term loosely. Whatever you did, you've got a bunch of people sitting here calling you sold your soul to a Kmart demon of all things.
And you know what's really weird is this tattooing on your face. I know 10 years ago that would qualify you for a Social Security disability check.
Well, yeah. And what the fuck
'Cause
are they?
It's mental illness. I don't know. It ain't right.
This is the face. Here, let's look at common. I just want to see common gender affirming face. I just want, because I know that they all have nose rings and they all have gauged ears. One moment.
Well, there's 2 brothers that look kind of just the same, isn't there? I think those are the brothers or whatever. I've seen them like one time, so.
Just.
The Island Boys, man.
Yeah. Once was enough.
Yeah. How people who look that idiotic go viral is beyond me.
Well, it's like a train wreck. You got to go back, and then the things that they're doing, and then.
What do you
also
say about Tom McDonald?
Have you seen the Brad Allen show?
What is going on with Brad
that's
Allen these days?
That's that musician, huh? Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says some pretty base stuff, but yeah, I mean, I don't think he's a bad person. He just had some crazy ideas, and yeah,
Tom McDonald's been on a journey. He's
yeah,
done a couple of interviews and stuff. I don't have any links or anything in front of me right now, but yeah, pretty cool shit. Worth checking out. He struggled with addiction and whatnot. So
yeah.
he's
Yeah,
been
but
on the journey to get where he's at.
everybody's judging the people with it, which I definitely do. But everybody likes him. So
Oh my god. This
Because there's at least some redeeming quality. Sorry.
no. This
What's
exists
Well,
that?
you know, I like people that speak truth, and he's got a lot of truth in his lyrics.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
This exists on Etsy, since we're going through, like, you know, talking about like selling, buying, and shit like that. This is a card to give to somebody who's going male to female, and it's to make it cutesy, I guess. And it's like, congrats on your gender affirmation surgery. That's ridiculous. Low in
Oh
stock.
my god.
What's up?
Oh my god.
They're gonna sell anything they can. They're gonna sell it and sell it and sell it. All
Great
of it.
seller, lovely card for a special time in life. For a special time in life. Adorable card, very well made, nice envelope, awesome customer service. Are we going to talk about what happens after the surgery? Are we going to talk
Absolutely not.
It should come with a companion card that says sorry for
That
your
would
loss.
ruin our image of transitioning.
Isn't that the medical system's way though nowadays? They're like all in dental. I've noticed in dental too. They're like, oh, you got all these things, blah 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 blah. It's going to cost this much money, but they don't explain the procedures, or I mean, maybe they do, but it's like you can't even understand because they're not English, English speakers. In my situation, you don't have. You got people with accents trying to tell you medical procedures and shit, and you're just like, oh, well, and then you're gonna die if you don't do it. If you don't do it, you're gonna die.
You
I
know,
That's
resemble that
satanic.
remark.
Anytime they tell you if you don't do something, you're gonna die. That's satanic.
well, let me tell you what
That's
happens. Okay, so let me
ritual
tell you what
abuse,
happens if you do it. You're still going to die, number 1, okay?
right?
And before you die, you're going to get for male to female. And by the way, Lord Goddess, it's a freaking badge of honor. Wear it. Wear it. I liked it. I don't care what other people think. I liked your Vincenzo ad. So, yeah. Yeah, let's talk about, like, oh my gosh, this kid might commit suicide. It's like, so let's put him on hormone blockers so the bones never properly develop. Oh, let's put them on hormone blockers so all the other natural things which were supposed to develop never develop properly, including the brain, which we haven't studied yet to find out what exactly happens, but they're going to find out in 2024. Let's talk about like what happens when you take a biological male and put them on cross-sex hormones, and what happens to the pancreas, because the pancreas is very fucking sensitive, it turns out,
Oh my goodness.
to hormones. Okay, so either a female going to male or a male going to female, as far as like affirmations and stuff like that with chemicals. Both ways, the pancreas is going to get fucked up. Both ways, the risk of cancer increases by a multiplier of 40. For people out there who understand how to do math and ratios, when you increase something by a multiplier of 40, you're talking about well over at this point. You take 100% to 1,000% to 10,000%. We're talking about cancer risk. Okay?
This is also Joseph Mangala. It's just everything is so I thought this a long time ago that war never ended, and they just brought it all over here. I mean, there's definitely theories that talk about this that they just brought it all here.
See,
just
I need
all over, and then here we are. What 80 years later, 60 years later? I don't know how many years later.
I need to modify the videos for my appointments with my my gender affirming care team, and I need to modify it to protect the identity of the location and also the identity of my therapist. And what it
Yeah.
would be is you can see me, you won't be able to see this person's name nor their face, but you'll be able to see us talking to each other. I'm going to have to put like a big old blur over the therapist and such. just so you guys, and maybe what I'll start doing is I'll start doing like maybe next week, I'll do a whole week where all it is me playing the appointments for you guys. Okay?
Wow.
So you can hear
That's
what goes on behind the scenes with the experts and professionals who currently push this out and how this is going to affect future generations if we don't stand up and say enough of this. Because I'll tell you, they don't know what they're doing. They are collecting data right now. They really
they're just
don't.
experimenting. They didn't bring. They're just Joseph Mangala. That's all they are. All those doctors are Joseph Mangala.
Yeah.
They're using research from the most god awful. What do we used to call? What was it? Jekyll and Hyde, was that the doctor that who I don't know what we used to know this stuff like when we were kids that you know, don't trust the doctors, they're all snake cells, oil, you know, I don't know, back in the day
Well, we
when
had
my
family
90s
practitioners back then. We didn't have these like freaking getting flipped around from one clinician to
corporate
another clinician. It's like we had family
corporate
practices.
doctors. It's a
Yes,
corporation now,
I'm
but
going to refer you to a specialist.
What's up?
I'm going to refer
I'm
you
going to
to
refer you to a specialist.
yeah, whatever happened to take 2 aspirin and call me in the morning? Because really, nothing's going to change. You're either going to die or you're going to live.
The diets, the chemicals in the air, the chemicals in the water, the things that we eat, our food,
Well,
all that
this is
changed.
our
That's what
education has
happened.
been degraded. We're no longer a first world country. Then we have to just assume that our education has been deflated and degraded so much that now all we have is a bunch of fucking idiots running around making decisions for themselves, and they can't.
And they can't. Well, they can.
They
However,
can if they
if they're going to make the
read a book.
decisions, they need to be held accountable for the decisions they make. The thing is that someone has put a painkiller, someone has administered. Now, just follow me on this. Now, when you touch the oven and get burned, there's a pharmaceutical company right there with an opioid or something to take the pain away. So now you can make all the mistakes you want and take a pill for it, it would seem. That you can be as fucked up as you want to be. And don't worry, as long as you pay us somehow, whether it be through an insurance company or a social program or out of your own pocket, as long as you can pay, and maybe that's the consequence, but that's just it. You never come out of it. It's like you're always going to be enslaved that way, because if you can never take responsibility to not put yourself in a bad situation to begin with, you're always going to be in a bad situation. You're always going to be beholden to someone else, enslaved. And that's what they want people to be. They just want people to be slaves. So fuck you, Macron. When you're where the fuck did that story go? This one right here. Fuck you.
Slaves that are guinea pigs. You're a guinea pig. You're and a disabled, uneducated guinea pig slave is the easiest to manipulate.
Well, there we go. And it's people like Macron and these other globalists. They don't have anything. There's nothing beneficial about what they want you to do. Go look at the dietary studies of the people who eat the bugs. And go look at all the maladies these people end up having. It's like, just do some research. Come on. Yeah, there's going to be a war. That's just it. Nope, you don't. It's just like, fuck you. Fuck you. You're not charismatic enough. I don't love you. I don't want to date you, Emmanuel. I will fight you. There. I don't know. Do we have anything else today? We had the Buffalo grocery store mass shooter pleads guilty to terrorism and murder charges in racist attack. Now, I just, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't there a lot of people who thought that this whole thing was a setup? And when we were reviewing the actual shots and the deployment of the weapon, it didn't seem realistic. Some people were talking about the caliber of the weapon may have been the reason why there was not enough blood spray. And some people had speculation on when the people were supposedly shot on the floor, why was there no ricochet? What are we really seeing here? Did any of this actually happen? Anyone still there? Okay. Is this
I'm here.
I think, yeah.
Okay, so it's still
Yep,
being
I think
shared.
it happened, but I still think it was a psyop. I don't think it
Yeah.
was.
I mean,
No.
if it's on TV, yeah, I agree.
How
If it's
delayed?
happening,
Wait a minute. How delayed is the stream right now versus what we're doing in Jitsi in right now?
I don't know.
Because I'm noticing now that the chat seems to be like really delayed. They must be like people who are just watching this must be like at least 45 seconds. We're
Behind.
so, guys, we are so ahead in the future right now. We're actually doing
I
quantum.
was just thinking that.
We're quantum.
Change something on the screen, and I'll tell you.
And you know what? That it sucks to be in the pool for so long. You know, you're in the pool like for 30 years, or you're like 30 years ahead of something. But you're. It's like, how do we? I don't want to capitalize on it, but I just want to change things. I don't know.
About 15 seconds.
15 seconds. Okay, Callie, I have to ask you, did you bake this morning?
Oh, please. I bake every morning. I make carrot. You should. Oh my God! If you had the food I bake, you would be like 500 pounds.
Okay. All right.
I love baking.
All right.
Bake and bake.
Yep. Okay.
Oh my God! I made the best pumpkin pie the other day. It was so good.
I'm glad. That reminds me, is Lady Ninja still here? Lady Ninja, did you ever get all the cream cheese you needed for your Thanksgiving? Because that was very dramatic about 2 weeks ago. Anyway,
I had to quit cream cheese. I quit all the dairy except for butter. Let's see, butter. If I can get some half and half every once in a while, I still will do it. But almost all the dairy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what was I going to say? See, this is the menopause. This is not what we need. We do not need
Menopause
dudes.
sucks.
We do not need dudes having menopause with the short-term memory, the hot flashes, and the night sweats. This is stupid. This is stupid. People wake up. It's like, this is dumb. Anyway, this dude right here.
You're talking about the psyop.
What's up?
The psyop.
This
kid with the man.
Yeah. It's like, still with this, it's like, okay, I don't need to see the bodies, but I kind of want to see the bodies. I kind of want to see the proof. Where were the funerals? Why weren't the funerals, like, freaking publicized? If the deaths happened and if it's so fucking traumatic, well, what do we have here? Here we have, I'm exhausted. It's suffocating. Oh, so now you can't breathe again. Why can't black people ever breathe? Let's read. Let's find out. Here, hold on. I'm going to find out. Because now I'm curious. What the fuck is going on?
My dad was a hard worker. He used to do side jobs, installing windows, charging something like $100 a window when other guys were charging $400 to $500. He just didn't want to do that. He was proud of the price he was charging. My dad instilled in me, always put the people before the money. Be proud of offering a good product at a fair price. I think he'd be extremely proud of me. Yeah.
Oh!
Thank you for calling.
I just want to say... bullshit. Anyway, here we go.
Calling CNN.
There are definite feelings about this craziness that's going on in America for the last 400 years. This is just what's current. This is what's in the current news cycle. We've been targeted since we've been here. 400 years of being terrorized by a white supremacist.
I am a 62-year-old African-American woman, wife, mother, grandmother. I lived through the 60s and the 70s being called a I thought by the time my grandkids were born, this would be over. They wouldn't have to be afraid. Now I'm afraid again, and I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm hurt, and I'm scared.
This shooting at the supermarket does not change how we feel. We've been feeling unsafe for decades, and nothing has been done. So it's just kind of crazy that people want to know how we feel now.
Okay, I'll tell you why you don't feel safe, because you're not doing anything. You're just what? Just bitching about it? Just sitting around bitching about it? It's like fucking call for stricter... You want to know how to fix this? You call for strict fucking reform on the whole institution of incarceration, and you say, no, you don't get to get out of jail free when a fucking sniffles comes. No, you don't get to have your sentence reduced. You get what you get is if you do the crime, you get to do time. It's like this whole thing about like, oh, there's a disproportionate number of people of like certain demographics in jail or in prison and stuff like that. It's like, then address the merits of their crime. It's like,
Bring it back.
Pardon?
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Bring it back.
Just look at the merits of what the fuck did you do. It's not a skin color thing, and if it's a skin color thing for a judge, then recuse the judge, declare a mistrial. And if you need a whole bunch of people who look like you to be the judge, the jury, if that's what you consider a peer, and if your peers find you guilty, which I'm pretty certain that there are enough sane people out there that, let's see, if you are fucking up someone's community in their neighborhood, let's just put it like that, and then the neighbors say, okay, we need to go to your community. Let's say the person's not from that community. We need to go to your community and we need to find out what you've done in that community. And just look at your merits of what the fuck is your life amounted to. Are you just a fucking asshole to everybody? And you should be like locked up for that? It's like, because we released a whole bunch of people. We've got crazy people running around. We have, what is it, the FBI going and saying that they were well aware that certain people were acting in very peculiar ways. We had their eye on them. Somehow this person got the attention of the motherfucking FBI and the CIA, but we just let them continue and we lost sight of them, and then they went and did this shit. It's like, well, then you're guilty. You're guilty of aiding and abetting. Am I using that term correctly? The FBI and the CIA are guilty of aiding a known criminal.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. I think that's the whole problem, though. The aiding and abetting, everybody's getting away with that. But not them crackers, the Chrisleys, they're not getting away with it. They're going to go to jail for a long time. I was thinking about the anarchists that I know. I know of an anarchist community, and one of their elders, as they call them, just got busted while he got called out for child molestation, and then he fled the community, and then one of those community members went out and got that motherfucker. You know, like he went out and found it. They knew where he was because there was a way to track him, and then through his wife, credit card information, and one of the community members went out, got him, turned him into the local police. So he's gonna have to go back and answer to his child molestation things. But that's anarchy. You gotta fucking go out, and you gotta, if your police department ain't gonna do it, you gotta go out and you gotta go get those criminals. And they're looking for this other little bitch that killed some dude, trans on trans female, trans male. Guess which one killed which one? And now that bitch is gone, and they're gonna get her. They're gonna get her. They're gonna get her.
Are you
fucking
talking?
ass.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about something in specific that actually happened?
I'm talking about real life bullshit, anarchy community where, there's an anarchist community that freaking, yes, went out and got their own, the people that are doing crimes in their community, like child molestation and murder. The police are not the state police, the border police, all the police jurisdictions, the military police are not doing shit. So they went out and the one dude tracked him down, got him, had the police come and arrest him where they were at, and he got transported back to the other county where he, did the child molestation. Yes. No, if you're not going to take responsibility for your own communities, and when your police doesn't do the job that this happens all the time. The police don't do the job that you think as a family member or whatever, then you got to go out and you got to do that fucking job. And some communities just won't do it. They're just like, oh well, that's just poor pitiful me.
I am
But yeah,
looking.
that's what crackers do.
Well, I am looking at people on Twitter right now and like what's trending, and apparently, Boozy. I don't know why Boozy is trending. Does anyone know why Boozy is trending?
I don't know.
What
I
did
don't know who he
Boozy?
is.
Hold on. Let's just take a look at this.
The rapper?
I think so. Hold on. Let me like expand this and then play it. And I don't think I have to. I don't think there's any volume. So what the hell is Boozy trying to show? Ain't nothing come up missing in my estate forever soon as you bring family for the holidays. Shaking my head. The Grinch. What? You sour and I'm... Can we use just words?
It's a
Ugh.
Bonic.
I don't understand what the fuck I'm reading. Go put them hands on you when I see you, thief. Ugh! Just
It means we fit in a
education.
fight.
Pardon me?
It means you're fitting to fight.
I don't understand this.
It's
See,
Ebonics. You
how-
have to like grow up in the culture.
How in the
Zero
fuck?
knows Ebonics.
Yes, I know Ebonics.
Okay.
You know what? I want to say something about that. I grew up going to school and busting my ass to learn English, and they gave them fucking niggers Ebonics. Fuck Ebonics.
Oh,
Fuck Ebonics. On that note, I'll be right back.
okay. And I, you know,
Well,
when
I
what was
mean,
it?
it's not serving them anyways, and the rappers will the old school calls this shit out, the new school bullshit. I mean, there's been Ebonics forever, whatever, but then the early rappers were like using their words. That was the whole thing, was to use your words, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
I
have
understand that there's certain dialects for different areas and shit, but Ebonics
battles.
literally is just like it's literally just fucking you're promoting ignorance, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I asked you a question.
Low education. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad because that's like I said earlier. A country is based on the education of the people, the population. If the population's educated, you're going to be a first world country. If your population is uneducated, you're going to be a third world country. And then, and I don't know if that's still the paradigm, because now it's just whatever the international fund's going to do and how much money your country owes. And but they're definitely going to degrade the education of your population, because that's a control mechanism. That's how you predict and control what someone's going to do. By lowering their education, they're even easier to predict and control.
It's a cultural phenomenon, I guess.
I mean,
It's not. It's not. It's giving
culturally
them, letting
phenomenal.
them get away with crime, letting them get away with everything. When we went to school, we had to work and diagram sentences and all that. And I
Yes.
was going to school when they said, "Okay, you get Ebonics." So what's that mean? The white people got to go ahead, and the Spanish people and everybody else got to go ahead and diagram the sentences and pass the fucking tests, and then these motherfuckers get a free ticket.
I mean,
And
it's
they
gonna
do
give
it,
you-
and it's not just Ebonics. It's
It's-
everything. It's
yeah,
the
it's
crime.
crap. It's crap.
It's bullshit.
It's crap. You don't
It's
need
how
to-
we got here. It's how we fucking got here.
An educated person will learn something from Ebonics, because what was I going to say? Being able to determine what someone is saying when they're using certain words is important for communication. And also, like, I can't even say it, but we need people that can think outside the box. And one of the ways you learn how to think outside the box is to be able to read backwards and forwards, and being able to maybe speak more than one language, because that gives you an understanding of life in a different way than just when we just think in our own English way. But in English, we have so many words to describe so many things. We have no need really for those other languages to a certain extent if we have critical thinking skills and we know how to use the words.
Speaking of words, pardon me, was somebody going to say something? What's up?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so speaking of words, what the fuck with Macron arrives at the White House for the first state visit of the Biden administration. Apparently, this ties into. Does this tie? It ends like this. It talks about Macron during the last leg of their U.S. visit. The Macrons will travel to New Orleans on Friday to highlight new efforts to expand French language education in the U.S. Why?
No, we don't need that.
Why do we need more
Oh,
French?
hang on. That's because their literal idea is they're pushing so many migrants into Europe, and they're creating the energy crisis for the Europeans. That their idea is they want to push the Europeans over here into America.
No, not the legitimate French. No, not the people from France. Please, no.
So that's what they want.
Oh,
That's the only way that they're
no.
going to break.
We
the
already
sy-
got
the
them
rest
in
of the
Canada.
system.
No, Canadian French are nothing like French. They're no
Hell
Canadian
no, the Canadian
French are not
French
like.
are pissed because we didn't help them when we had the opportunity to make them part of the United States.
Oh. No, there's a big difference between a Canadian French person and a France originating French person. There's a big difference. I'm not racist.
Yeah, I mean, well, the south of France is nice, and then I hear other places are maybe not as nice.
It's never good to have a bunch of stressed out French people arriving at any destination, I will say.
Yeah, they'll parlez-vous français, and if you can't parlez-vous français, then they don't want nothing to do with you.
Especially if they're stressed out. It's like
Yeah, I don't know.
you do
I don't know
not.
that many French people.
There are two things you don't want in your house. You do not want a Jersey housewife.
Teaching me Ebonics.
Well, you don't
Jersey
want a
housewife?
Jersey housewife, and you don't want a stressed out French person in your house.
I can appreciate
I got
that
all that in my DNA.
Kevin's pretty well educated, and if he can't understand what he's reading, it's pretty bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, MBB, the stressed French. God.
And they call themselves French Canadian, not Canadian French.
Well-
French Canadian, yeah.
Anyway, this whole thing with the Macrons, I mean, I was just doing the story about 11 days ago. Macron saying, we need to come together or we have to go to war, or like, I don't want to go to war. It's like, these people, these are the birds of a feather who flock together. This is a Karen. This
They look like
is
they're
a
gonna
Karen.
kiss each other.
What's up?
It looks like they're ready to have a foursome.
Look at this.
It looks very,
oh.
yeah, it's like, whoa, hi, I've missed you so much, I can't wait. No, okay, stop.
They arrived for the orgy.
They arrived for the
Yeah,
orgy.
isn't it what it looks like? It looks like because they're just too, I don't know, this posturing and the, I don't know.
And I thought that we were in the middle of COVID. I thought COVID was bad. I thought it's like, oh, but no, let's like les out in front of.
They look like they're just both ready to kiss each other.
Yeah, well, it's a French thing, you know. It's like it's. And thank you, MBB. But there was an old racist joke from a long time ago, and I'll share it with you. It's like, why do the French kiss multiple times when meeting someone? It's so they can give you both the chlamydia and gonorrhea. Fuck it.
You said that was going to be a racist joke. That wasn't a racist joke.
I don't know if it's racist
That might be
or not.
factually accurate.
Is that where that came from?
Well, let's see.
Gonorrhea? That French dude?
It does sound French, doesn't it? Gonorrhea. Let's chlamydia. Yeah, that's French. That's no wait, chlamydia. No, that's Latin. Chlamydia.
I can say this stuff because I got French DNA, so.
Let's see. Here, let's go through.
Not racist,
Gonorrhea.
is it?
Gonorrhea. Okay, that actually might be. I wonder what the German STD sounds like.
I don't know.
I bet it's very long and hard to say.
Spread them and cough. I don't know.
Oh, boy. Oh. All right.
All I keep thinking about is Joseph Mengele. Joseph. Sweet Joseph. He was such a horrible man.
Wow. Callie, it's so good to have you back.
He's so horrible. Oh my God. And you know, in the days that the love me not. Oh.
That part I don't know about.
Oh, well, that was his thing. You know, he'd put the kids in a circle and he would have I think he did. They used to they taught me when I was a kid that he'd take the daisy and he'd pluck the petal and say, "Love you," and it would be towards one kid, and then the next one, "Love you not," and then the next kid he'd say, "Love you." You remember playing this game, "Love you not," with the daisy? I don't know. I was taught it when I was a
Hold
kid.
on.
And then when he got to the end and there was no more petals, that child was the one that would be killed. And the kids all fucking knew it because it wasn't their first time to be at the game. Um, yes, it was a very horrible thing. Daisies
Just
are.
like the ashes, we all fall down thing.
Yes, yes, that comes out of World War II. Also, yes. I don't know what the
Hmm.
whole thing was, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down because that's what they're going to get. You know, they know, they knew, they know, they knew, they
Okay.
knew. It's just like when girls go to you know, the abortion clinic, they know they're killing something. You know, everybody knows this is not an unconscious. You know, it's not an unconscious thing that these things are. You know, that Pinocchio's been around for I don't know what year Pinocchio came out of, but that's the same as those little hummels you were just showing. It's the same fucking thing.
Okay, so Rolf Mengele, the son of Josef Mengele, went and said that his father had no remorse for his wartime activities. He was known as the Angel of Death and used his position in Auschwitz to conduct experiments on children, especially twins, as that gave him a control subject and pregnant women. One of the twins would be subjected to live experimentation, which included unnecessary amputation of limbs and deliberate typhus contamination, injections of various chemicals in the eye to change its color, experimentation into the patient of various chemicals, dissection of life. Oh, that's called vivisection. Vivisection without anesthesia. And forced removal. Oh, no! Not forced removal of the kidneys. Oh, oh, shit. Oh, that would hurt like fuck. Oh, I can't even imagine what kind of pain that would be. Can you imagine having your kidney removed? Oh my gosh, do you know how that's done? Ah, fuck,
I don't, and I
you'd
don't want to
pass
know.
out. You'd have to pass out. There's no way that you'd either pass out or die from the pain. Oh my gosh. There's so many freaking oh my
Well,
gosh.
yeah, and he was disgusting, and that's just some of those. That was where, yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
with the
he's.
Joseph Mengele and the whole transgender thing, yeah, that's basically what's
Mhm.
happening. I mean, they are. I mean, I was talking to my therapist yesterday, and I was asking her, how is it possible that you took a person with border? Because this is what she said to me, and I'll show you guys like the video when after I
I
like
can't
remaster
wait.
them. What?
I can't wait for the videos.
Okay, so she said that was what was probably happening at the time when I was going through my gender affirmation is that Cassandra was created by an event called a splitting in my psychology due to borderline personality disorder, which I had already been diagnosed with. And that Cassandra was a vehicle which my psyche needed to create in order to exist. So, knowing that my therapist understood I had a pre existing mental condition, facilitated the paperwork necessary for a surgeon to put me under the knife, facilitated the hormonal readjustment, facilitated all these things, okay? Because I was crazy. Well, I still am. That's the kind of people.
You're not crazy.
Listen.
They're fucking crazy.
Listen, though.
They're
Listen.
crazy. Okay, sorry.
It's that they are experts and professionals in the field. And they took a person with a pre existing mental axis and 7 years later declare you were having an episode of splitting where you created an alternate persona to slide into. And then I was asked the question, how do you feel now? And I said, I was allowed to go and have procedures done to me that now that I am back, for lack of a better term, I find that my body has been mutilated, and this was condoned and facilitated by people who were supposed to be keeping me safe.
In a sense, you were robbed?
I was medically raped.
That too.
And they do not want to accept responsibility for what they did because it was by my request. They took the request of a person who was not in the capacity to make such decisions, is what happened.
Yeah, and they're doing that to children every day now.
And now they want to give children agency. Children cannot possibly understand what the fuck this is going to do to them for the rest of their lives. But now
it all comes back to Big Pharma, don't it?
Yeah. Tell the mission you gave yourself. Tell the mission you gave yourself. Special request. I got someone to watch your stream. Tell the mission you gave yourself. My mission is to inform people of what is currently going on in policy and procedure as it relates to medical promotion. My mission has it used to be about talking to parents, or at least letting parents know not to transition their children, because it can have very permanent, lifetime effects and make them slaves to pharma for the rest of their life. My mission.
You can also hit them where they hurt. Hit them where they hurt is in their pocketbook, right? So let them know that it's going to cost a lot of money to do this stuff, and you will forever be in the pocket of Big Pharma.
Yes, that is true. My mission has changed a bit because now with Title IX, it looks like it will no longer be a parent's choice. That if a teacher says that a child is trans, whatever that means, that a parent would not be able to stop the state from transitioning their child.
It's a communism. It's the state taking your children.
So my mission now is to inform people of policies which are being entertained, which is why I'm saying people like Macron, who are trying to sound very, very flowery when they're like, we need a single global order. Macron calls for global government to avoid a world war. They want us to avoid that war so they can subjugate us. That's the mission now.
There's no avoiding the war. There's no avoiding the war.
You cannot. If you avoid the war, you are going to submit to them. And they do not have your best interests in mind. They are eating butter-poached lobster while feeding cats gourmet meals at tables while other people are starving in what was a first world set of countries. They are freezing people in Europe. They are putting us into pointless wars over ego. And they are raping us on a daily basis, not just in America. Canadians, Brazilians, have we heard anything about the Bolsonaro debacle?
No.
Recently?
I didn't.
Nope, it's still the same report that just keeps being revamped for the last 4 days now.
But now we hear about China. Now we hear about the people in China are revolting. Well, don't we have another revolt happening right now somewhere else as well? And didn't we have people in France revolting at one time?
I mean, we're having an economic revolt in the United States, according to Black Friday and Cyber Monday results.
These people who want to come into a one world order, fuck them. Fuck them. Because
I think that's what Americans do is they close their pocketbook. We're just going to close our pocketbook and we'll just save our money for a rainy day.
Well, the thing is like, what I fear is that some people, while closing their pocketbook because they just simply can't afford shit anymore, are also going to close their eyes. And now is not the time to go back to sleep. If you've woken up, stay awake, drink some coffee. Have a little
True,
chaos.
and they won't starve to death because they've got, Stacy's pretty fat, so she can do without a meal or two. And if you are truly starving right now, I'm praying for you. I'm praying. Make good choices, make wise choices about the foods that you're gonna get when you get your dollar or whatever. Go buy your can of beans and make a good choice with that money. Because I know I sometimes I feel like, you know what, I'm so insensitive to other people. It's not that I'm insensitive, but I just feel like at some point you have to. What they say? You get up and put your boots. I don't know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, whatever it is.
Go
That's how
on.
I was raised. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. If you can get up
You
and
know
walk,
the thing.
go do something. Go ahead.
See, this whole thing, like right here, look, CNN even like lines it up. This is the amount of just I don't get, and like CNN's just saying we don't give a fuck. Look at this. Ukraine war means we need to become brothers in arms, okay? While saying that we can't have anything but a one world government, while like Biden and Macron are set to address the media soon. So I imagine 45.1 is going to be covering this tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be covering this tomorrow. But then butter poached lobster with a side of hospitality. What is this? Oh, so it is. It's President Joe Biden is hosting French President Emmanuel Macron at the White House on Thursday, using the very first state dinner of his presidency to shore up relations with a key American ally whose friendship has until recently been on the rocks. This is that gourmet fucking meal that we started with earlier today.
I hope Putin doesn't send a missile in on him.
Oh, I that would be terrible.
Yeah, it'd be horrible.
I mean, what a pity
But I
that
think
would be.
you're on the right path. It's time to get mad. It's time to be mad because
It's
it's
the
getting to
table
be
doesn't
too
look very
late.
elegant.
The hour is late.
Go back.
Yeah, look at this, America. Look at this. Look at this, France. Look at this, Germany. Look at whoever's like out there internationally is like, because the internet is international. And if you understand the words coming out of the mouths of everyone involved in this current production, are you okay with this? Is this just...
Absolutely not.
I'm not either.
And it's way past time to be mad. Way past time to be mad.
I would like to also indicate that I was given Zom notice, and he provided a picture of Klaus Schwab was cited at the Waldorf Astoria in D.C. last night.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a picture of him.
I don't know, but that filet looked pretty yummy.
This is not a restaurant, okay? This is not a Michelin restaurant. This is where our tax dollars go.
Yeah.
This is not a private business. This, in the middle of everything that this administration is imposing on the citizenry, this is where they choose to dine. Look at it.
Is that
Well,
the
the government's
House?
not very good with money. They always buy the best of the best. So,
No, they're
especially
not
for their
good
heads
with
up.
our money.
Exactly.
Are these House of Erte plates?
Do you want? It's like you're
Oh,
paying
no.
for them to eat luxuriously while you're out here eating freaking oodles and noodles.
Damn, that steak looks so good. My stomach is like, oh.
Yeah, I just want to eat.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you guys. I'm so pissed about this shit. I can't help it.
I feel like, can I have some more, sir?
Okay, they're not. Some of these, you see, I used to own all these and then I broke them. But, yes. I was saying that some of these styles reminded me of the House of Erte plates.
Yeah, kind of.
I owned all
But
these.
you don't eat off of those type of plates.
Oh no, I was using them at parties and stuff like that. It's like that's the way I
you
was.
were?
That's how decadent I was at one time. And then
Oh
I
my
got mad at the
goodness.
person I was dating, and they all,
And
one
it's
after
like,
another, got launched across the
smash,
dining
smash,
room.
smash.
Just, fuck you. And those things were tough, too. Hello, Maine. But, yeah. This is not...
Stoneware?
Yeah, those were some
They
good
weren't...
plates.
They were porcelain, but yeah,
Okay.
this is not a private business. This is where tax dollars are going. So that these people can rub elbows with globalists. I'm not paying for... I don't want to pay for a fucking globalist. I don't want to pay for my own prison. Especially if our prisons, they're going to, like, you know... Let's talk about, like, the Neom Project and the line. And let's
I
talk...
mean,
What? What's
if
up?
you're going to have that dinner, they need to send that to every American's home so we can all dine with them. It can come, the DoorDash can bring it to every single person in the United States. We all want that dinner. I'm sorry.
It's the idea
I'm
that...
a Democrat at heart. It comes out.
You know what? It did come out, and that's why I just had to give like that sigh at you. I sighed at you because what went through my mind
like
was
a socialist Democrat.
I was for a moment there. I was like, Cali girl, we need to have an exorcism on you because what the hell was that? Good God.
That was hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
I was really feeling it too. I wanted that steak bad, man.
Okay, well, ugh. Now, have y'all heard that we're having a freaking...
Eat the bug.
You will...
I'm gonna DoorDash you some friggin' bugs.
See, that's what happens. Is like you start getting those hunger pangs, and the next thing is it's like you're not thinking
you'll
by
sell
your
your soul.
core
You're
values
just like,
anymore.
oh,
Pardon? Yes,
hell
Cali
yeah,
Girl
I'm a
is alive.
Democrat.
Yes.
Everybody gets a steak, and then they feed you one steak, and then they're like, oh, that's it. That's all you get. Go back to your corner. That's massa. I go back to my corner.
Maine, are you coming into the Jitsi? Because I need to know if I need to reset the freaking share so it doesn't blow out. But, you know, you guys... Hey, Maine. Okay, now, is anyone having reverb? Oh, that's not Maine.
Not yet.
Somebody goes and emulates Maine, and I think it's him. Hello? Okay, that's funny. All right, so you guys are familiar with the Saudi Arabia not building the line, but AI... Oh, so AI is building it. Oh, so they're going to be assembling it using artificial intelligence. Because if there's one thing which knows about the human condition and what people or life forms need to live is something which has never taken a breath. It's just give it all the algorithms. And
you go lay down and it stabs a spike through your head.
Here, yeah, because let's see how the algorithm is going right now. Let's go on over and let's go check out our duplicants. Okay, they're still living and breathing. All right, it looks like what is this? There's still food poisoning somehow. If I look at this germ overlay, there's still all these germs somehow still in the water. They're still sleeping in very close quarters. Okay, they're still alive, but look at those faces.
It looks like a sewer is spilling into your water there.
Well, it's being treated through the recirculating sewage treatment facility. But you look at their faces. They don't look happy at all. Here, let's zoom in. Enhance.
You need a better water filtration, I guess.
Oh.
Look at Xi Bing. Xi Bing is not amused. Okay, she can't even
She's
figure out.
huffing and puffing.
She's huffing and puffing. Charlie Wang is and look, there goes Ping Ling.
Charlie Wang.
And Rusir.
That's where Kevin goes to kill cartoons.
It's so sad for Rusir Cho. Her name is
Is
Lucy.
that one of X-Men? The redhead there? She looks like a little X-Men character.
No, she's not. She's just, her name is Lucille, but she spells it Rusir.
What?
Yes.
You bigot.
Very much.
Zane dropped a link for you. I think he's wanting attention.
Okay, this Psychodrilla?
Get your ass in there, man.
Psychodrilla? He wants me to post a link from Psychodrilla? Okay. Let's see what he's got. Alright, let me go check OBS to make sure. Okay, yeah.
Psychodrilla wasn't Pastor going back and forth last night with him?
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah?
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's variable on whether you'd want to drop this or not. I'd check this out privately before you drop it in.
All right, one moment. Let me look at it in another tab quickly.
Yeah.
Thank you. So it's DJ in reply to D. Oh, is this drama?
Yes, that's why I was like, hang on.
Oh, dude.
Before you show that, yeah.
Okay. Because that's one of the things I don't do is I don't do cross creator drama because I don't want to ever be that person. So
No
I'm going to go back
drama.
to the story. I'm going to go back to the story I was doing right here. So apparently, Saudi Arabia, the Line project is going to be built by an AI, says the NEOM executive, but we have a sand shortage. Let me just pull this up because this came up.
Yeah, how do you have a sand shortage? That sounds like an oxymoron.
Well, you know what? It takes carbon to grind rocks. And, the ocean apparently doesn't do that for us already because, we don't have anything where you can actually harvest sand in copious amounts,
Is Vexen dead?
He is dead.
Actually, they're grinding up all the ancient stuff in the United States.
Yes.
That's out there. I don't know. There's a video. I always see these videos. I don't keep them, but the chick is showing like where the cement factories
Wait a minute.
are, and they're on the freeway in the United States. I don't know which one it is. It's one.
Yes.
Okay.
Wherever to wherever. And they're
Caligro,
grinding up all our ancient artifacts.
Okay,
Make cement.
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna talk about like
Oh,
the
I'm
grinding
sorry.
up. No, it's fine. If you'll look at what's going on right now, and we will get back to the grinding up of artifacts and ancient buildings and how they're erasing history and defiling culture. Why the fuck is Vexen's thigh breathing?
Let's try and wake him up.
What the fuck is going on? Is he having a neurological condition?
So he's sleeping.
Okay, so he's twitching, so he's dreaming is what's happening. This is like watching.
Yes.
He's dreaming. Vex
He's in
is
REM.
dreaming.
He's gonna have the night terrors.
Look at this. Look at this right here.
You guys woke me up.
There's the fucking cayenne pepper. Right there.
So if you say shit just right, you might be able to like steer it.
Okay, now watch
Oh,
this.
shit.
Do you see my
He's having a
cursor?
conversation with somebody.
Do you see
Hold
this?
up 2 fingers if you can hear us.
He can hear us.
Open his nose.
Okay, he is alive.
He's awake.
What
Okay.
is the significance of the rubber band? That's what I want to know.
I want to know where he got that blanket.
I know the blanket's pretty cool, isn't it? Okay.
That's
All right.
actually a makeshift cock ring.
Okay. And we went there. All right. So, back onto the grinding up of buildings and shit. Sand. Sand shortage. The world is running out of a crucial but underappreciated commodity. This is from March 2021. Well,
Sure.
I wonder
Sure.
why. I wonder why we'd be
Because
running out
Vexen
of
filled all
sand.
them sandbags under the house.
And then fucking give us your sand, Vexen. Give us your fucking sand. How dare
Right
you?
there behind you, see all those bags?
You sand
Sand
hoarder.
hoarder.
He's hoarding. He's
Hoarding.
the sand.
Hoarder.
That has all the pink sand in the world in it.
Probably. Is that indigenous? Because that looks like indigenous sand
Where in the world is all the sand going?
under this house.
How dare you use plastic bags to hold your sands?
Greta! Why aren't they burlap? What are you doing? You're destroying the planet.
How dare you?
And then there's a plastic bucket, a plastic fan, a rubber band that went away now mysteriously. Something. Is this a sock? Just laying there? Okay.
Your living quarters is horrible.
It's just.
No.
Hello?
Defiling my eyes.
Okay, we're gonna shrink
Does
that
this
again.
have anything to do with Sandy Hook?
Okay, I think
That's
you
where all
guys-
those kids went.
I
They
think-
didn't get killed. They got put in sandbags.
I think that's enough drugs for one morning.
Oh.
Okay. So, what the hell was that?
Someone raised their hand.
Hello? Yes, Maine?
You're always trying to ruin our fun.
Hello.
Hello?
Okay, I just wanted to clarify something, okay?
Yes.
The thing that I put in Odyssey wasn't trying to stir up drama. What happened was I searched Branrak's name so that I could find some of his posts. And that was one of the things that came up first. And I'm like, oh, what's this? So I opened it and watched it, and that was it. It was a minute and a half long. And apparently some guy, whoever Psycho guy is,
Psycho Drilla,
had an issue with the other guy and made a video about it. So, not trying to start drama. I was just sharing the video. That's all.
Is this the one which takes place in a movie theater?
I don't know anything about anything. All I know is that I watched that video and that was it.
Ah, okay. Well, I will watch it later because even though I don't want to I don't want to participate. I will watch. I will watch.
I think in order to have a video made about you,
Yes.
you have to do something pretty fucking stupid. So
DJ
that's
Brandrak,
all.
are you out there? What the fuck did you do, DJ Brandrak? She's like, what the hell did you do? Okay,
All
I'm
right.
gonna find out.
Continue with your show. Goodbye.
Wait, are you leaving? He leaves.
we need his input.
It would be nice to have Maine's input, but apparently he left. All right. So this is where all the sand is going. Thank you, Saudi Arabia, for sucking up all the resources to have your AI make this gay little building that goes on for kilometers and kilometers and kilometers where you want to stuff everyone into. You know, it's just, I'm sure that the carbon footprint on this thing is not going to be astronomical. Stacey Abrams gap. Okay.
That's fucking surrounded by sand.
Can you fit the line project in the gap in Stacey Abrams' teeth? Stacey, we need you to fly over to Saudi Arabia, or float. We need you to propel your... You know what? You can swim. You're like an orca. Stacey?
Orca.
Yeah. Fucking Stacey, swim your ass. Oh, that's right. She's black. She can't swim. Oh, fuck. Float!
That's racist.
I didn't start the fire. I didn't start the fire.
She does have a blowhole.
She's got a blowhole. Stacy, we need to see. Oh,
She doesn't have enough carbon credits to be operating that blowhole.
That's what we're gonna find out, is that people like Stacey Abrams are gonna discover, oh shit, it's like I fucking don't. It's like, yeah, Stacey, welcome to the gutter, because people like you are not going to be celebrated in this new world order. Let me tell you, it's like over consumers.
She got 2 houses. What's she need 2 houses for?
She doesn't. They'll be
one for
ground
each
up.
butt cheek.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine having a ultra wide, like not a long, you know how like you have a round and elongated bowl on a toilet, but instead you need to have like a ultra wide toilet? Could you imagine how deep your water line would have to be in a toilet
Oh
so
my
that when you
God, yeah.
because think about the way the buttocks, like, you know, when you have like a normal sized ass, you do have a little bit that comes down a little bit below the lid or the seat. Now imagine if you're ultra wide ass, and then how do people with ultra wide asses even use like the typical toilet? How the fuck does that work? How?
I mean,
is that why?
I don't think they do. I think they
can't
would
use
break
a
it.
squatty potty because they would just break that motherfucker, and then. Oh my God! Yeah.
How do obese people take a shit?
In a diaper.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I've watched some of them fat shows, and,
Yes.
and some of the chicks just pee where they're at. They just have like a little pee pad or whatever.
Okay,
Gross.
how?
This show is going way off the rails.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh yes.
No, obesity
It's
is not a
chaotic
joke.
coffee with Kevin. Come on.
Obesity is a joke, but it isn't a joke. It's not pretty. It's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. I mean, you know, if you've gotten to fat, you know, okay, you're fat. That's as far as you want to go. You do not want to go into obesity and morbid obesity. You do not want to go there. You can't snap back from that. And yes, I realize women, you've got your hormones. Women, I know, because I'm a woman, and it's when you go through the, when you go through puberty and you have to get pregnant. Well, you don't have to get pregnant, but when you get pregnant and all the things and wanting to eat, and your body expands, and it don't go back. But they show us all these real pretty pretty girls on the shows with these amazing bodies, and it's like, well, we think that it's going to snap back, but you can't snap back from 350 pounds. It just don't happen. It don't happen. But I think Shirley might have lost a little bit of weight, but who knows? I mean, Stacy, that Stacy, get them all mixed up. All of them are pretty hefty though.
Do you know what we're watching right now on TLC?
No, what is that? Oh, is that the 600-pound show?
707 pounds.
Yeah, is it My 600-Pound Life or though, something like that?
I
can't really
know.
I don't know either.
What? No, it's what is it? It's just that how, and then this is a corn maze, and apparently this is allowed on YouTube, that you can take a freaking video of some chick taking a shit in a corn maze. Who does that? Who goes and takes a shit in the corn maze? There are children.
Stacy does it.
But yeah, there's just some people that will shit wherever. Like, I don't know. The worst one I ever seen was some lady who just leaned up against a taco stand and took one right there because she couldn't get into their bathroom. They wouldn't let her in the bathroom. So she was just like, well, I'll show
Stacy
you.
can eat corn on the cob through a chain link fence.
That might not be true.
It is.
Let's fact check that. One moment. I think somebody should put that out there so it gets fact checked. But why? When did we become a society which celebrates this kind of shit?
Nick Avocado, there he is.
Why? Why would we celebrate this?
I don't know.
And this is like Nikado Avocado from like years ago. He's got
like an avocado.
He's almost dead though.
And he used to be like a very like fit.
Yeah, he was a good-looking kid.
Oh my lord! When I was younger, we never saw obese people because we only saw them at the carnivals.
Just remember, obesity is a sin too, guys. I mean, gluttony.
Sloth.
Sorry,
Gluttony and sloth.
Sorry.
Gluttony and sloth.
Can we mention the other side of the spectrum? There's
Yes.
a girl named Eugenia Cooney on
hungry.
YouTube that, she's just a stick, and that's okay.
No, does she
Anorexia too.
But does she have a medical disorder? I can't remember.
No, no, she does not.
Okay.
She does it for the money and
anorexia
the
have a
shock
middle
value, and her mom's behind it too, which is sad.
Yeah, well, anorexia, that's another control issue.
Yeah, she's a fucking walking skeleton, and that's fucking disgusting.
Disgusting.
Well, you can see it because she
But they allow it
fetishizes.
on there.
She
What
fetishizes
the
Jack Skellington.
Yeah, I can't watch her either.
What the fuck?
I'm familiar with her, but I just will not. I can't. Any of these exploitive kind of bullshit. It's like I'll watch it once or twice, and then I'm just like, no, because I can't watch.
Skeletor.
Yeah,
Turns out I'm not dying, guys.
Okay. Good to know that you're going to be around for a while, yes?
Well, what did you do in here?
Oh, it's a mess.
Things
I
went
sent
off
your
the
email,
rails.
sir.
Thank you.
Things went off the rails, 45.
All right, let's play Who's Guilty?
Of what?
I'm guilty.
I'm a sinner.
Shit over.
Are you drunk?
Did you do that?
What happened?
Yeah, what'd somebody do?
What?
Did you do that?
Hold on, let me look, because apparently I need to look
Whatever,
at
I
the
get it.
Jitsi.
I'll take it back.
Hold on,
What
I need to look at the Jitsi.
There's shit everywhere.
Did you
dare you.
Did you knock my stuff over? What happened?
Are you talking to Maggie and Mongo or us?
Maggie and Mongo.
Oh, okay, see, he's talking to the dogs.
Well, the dog did something.
The dog
Kevin?
did it.
Kevin, did you shit everywhere?
I did not.
Oh my God, the
Was
dogs.
it Maine? It was Maine, wasn't it?
Oh my jeebies.
Bad dog.
I just want to say one thing.
Nah, they're good.
I'm going to say other
Who
things
dropped the
too.
deuce on the dance floor?
I will say this. We have not lost a single frame since we started streaming about like 4 hours and 42 minutes ago. That's a long ass time. Man, I'm supposed to be making biscuits for dinner tonight. And here I am sitting here.
Yum.
Yeah, they're going to be buttermilk biscuits. And I'm also making these delicious pork patties and poached eggs. And then I'm going to be making a béarnaise sauce to go over the whole mess.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
And you can make some yeast rolls in between Stacey Abrams' thighs.
Ugh! Could you imagine? Here, let's imagine what that would taste like. What
Oh, I was
does...
hungry.
Don't. No.
It'll probably taste like patchouli and old man milk.
Well, let's see.
Getting a real yeasty smell over here.
Here, let's.
It tastes like schmegma.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this while looking at Biden talking about the death rate of being shot. So continue with the schmegma of Stacey Abrams.
The VA asked me my sexual orientation today for the first time.
What did you
No,
say?
the fuck.
Undecided. Hispanic.
Sexual attack helicopter.
Other.
Sexual attack helicopter.
I only fuck Martians.
Did you tell him you're a rocket?
I'm
Yeah,
inanimate object.
Don't knock until you try
Rocket
it.
sexist.
I'm a big penis-shaped rocket, motherfuckers. That's what.
Well, I imagine you probably would identify
I'm an
as
F-15.
With canards.
It's pretty funny too because the nurse was obviously like they just started asking this question. She's like, I know this is like a private question and you don't have to answer, but the VA is requiring us to ask your sexual orientation now. I just kind of looked at her like she was stupid, and I was like, I'm straight.
Was she good looking?
You didn't say super straight?
I should have, man. Next time. Next time, I'm going to do it.
I'm concerned. I'm
My
very
God.
concerned. Why didn't you slap a sticker on her? Why didn't you just take one of your stickers? I wish you would have had your stickers, and you would have just slapped a sticker on her forehead and say, there. The BDE sticker, the hologram one.
That's my gender.
Seriously, you should just ask her, are you hitting on me?
Right?
I would have said, what? Are you hitting on me?
We should manufacture like dipsticks, and when somebody asks you a question like that, you got to pull your dipstick out. It's like a magic 8-ball. What's your gender? Check my dipstick.
Where do you put the dipstick?
You just shake it and you'd
In
have
your pants?
In your bottom
In your
centuries.
pants.
You put
No,
it in your bottom.
seriously.
Oh.
Seriously, you got a thing there. You have the little water thing in there with a little piece of oil, and you can shake it one way or the other.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? The little gauge.
Wait a minute, that's
And if it
that's
goes
binary,
towards
one or
female-
the other. We need at least 72.
Oh, you could totally make the dipstick. Somebody needs to do that. The dick stick. To tell if you.
It goes
I
between
mean,
your butt cheeks.
what gender do you feel like?
I just, I like the little meme I was floating around earlier. It says, I identify as a conspiracy theorist, and my pronouns are I, and told, and you, and so.
I told you so.
I want that meme.
Genius. Told you so.
God damn, Kansas wind's trying to blow my truck off the fucking road today.
Oh.
We got
Well, I'm on
rain.
my way out there right now, well, Nebraska, but kind of at
We
the
got
border.
rain in California. No more drought.
Gusts to fucking 40 mile an hour, man, and I'm driving a big old fucking service box truck. Fucking, it's gonna take me right off the road.
Have we covered everything today? Have we covered
Is it
everything?
possible to cover everything?
No, because
No.
fucking now this happened. It's because
The
Alex.
minute you covered,
What's up?
the minute you think you covered everything, the left does something. Yeah, you know, like steal some bitch's luggage. You know.
I feel like it's Stewart, and they're like, look what I can do.
It is.
Yep.
It is. And my husband was so upset when we watched that tranny get busted. And it happened in Minneapolis. I was like, I knew there was something wrong that day. I could sense it. I was like, Bruce, there's a fluctuation in the force. I sense something. I sense something similar about to steal a handbag. And he like, because this happens. And it was that thing. I had a psionic connection.
I love the Vincenzo Marinara. The hey yo.
Oh, don't say marinara.
Vincenzo Marinara here. Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Well, I am glad that we've got some patriotic.
Kevin. There. I dropped that meme in the chat.
Hi, Kevin.
What?
Did you miss this guy right here, Kevin? Look at him.
Who?
What's up?
Who?
Oh, look at that asshole.
Wrong noise, man. That's not what that bird makes.
I don't understand what to look at. Would somebody please tell me what to look at? Where?
My
you don't.
45. Talk when no one else talk.
My camera.
Thank you.
We don't. It's black, isn't it?
There's nothing
I don't see
there.
nothing. Yeah, there's nothing there, bud.
Oh, and then he leaves because he'll
be
come.
back.
Yeah, but then I have to like fucking stop sharing and then reshare this shit because whoever the fuck programmed Jitsi or whatever the fuck this is doesn't understand how to code properly. Hey, Callie girl, that's a beautiful scene you've got back there. Very picaresque.
Hey,
you're not showing
hey,
anything.
give him a
45.
break.
45. You're not showing
I don't know
anything.
Oh, I'm at the ocean.
You still don't see my camera?
No, you're showing your connection is inactive.
Mine's
Put the weepings on.
Hold on. Do I need to close? Let me check my resources. Hold on. Task manager.
Can anybody else see my camera on?
No, sir.
No.
Well, I'm driving, so yeah, no.
It's because Vex is using up all the bandwidth. If we look at his bandwidth, you will see that he is pulling down. Look at how much fucking bandwidth he's pulling down.
All right, kick his ass. You had enough of this shit.
Yes, no?
No.
Oh, if he's sleeping, just kick him out. He'll come back.
Okay,
I don't care.
Okay, fine. I'm going.
No.
Okay, so we take a vote. Do we kick out Vex for the moment to free up some bandwidth?
Just kick him out. He'll come back in when he wakes up.
Okay, fine. All right. Oh,
They got you.
Thank you.
We got you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
All right, there.
Good?
No.
Negative.
You know what? Everyone.
Refresh again.
Everyone, get out of Jitsi.
Please.
How does this work?
Wait a minute. He might be back. Wait a minute. Is it working? Hold on. No, there's still nothing.
You're just a circle.
You're just a
I
circle.
thought it was going to be a miserable drive to Nebraska today, but it's quite entertaining.
We can wake him up. We can wake him up like a summoning spell. Let's just talk about contortionist for a minute. That motherfucker will pop right.
He's gone. He's gone. I kicked him.
Well,
all right now.
I don't mean to be an asshole, but yeah, he wasn't contributing.
Wait a minute. I think I know what to do. Hold on. Ben Band is here, by the way. Good morning. Okay,
Yes.
45.
Hey,
Start
good morning,
showing.
good morning.
Show your camera.
07, sir.
Video has been turned
my
off to save on bandwidth.
Wow.
Too much BDE.
Too
Sorry,
much
guys.
BDE. Well,
There
what
might
did
be
you
a
want?
flashy, your flashy icon.
Yeah, bro, you're bringing so much it won't even fit.
Right.
Well, okay. How about
Trying
this?
to show you my turkey, and it's not working.
How about this? I'm going to open up Friendly Froggers just for a moment.
I'm going to show you Hook's gotten too, man.
Come on into Friendly Froggers. Because there's no one else in Friendly Froggers right now. So come on into
now you
Friendly
got
Froggers.
a million screens.
Okay.
We'll all be in
See me now?
Hold on. No, it says video for 451 mobile has been turned off to save on bandwidth. What the hell are you trying to show?
You're in a
Too
low
much
signal area. Go stand on the roof of your truck.
Put a rubber band on it.
Wait a minute, he's not in here.
Put your tinfoil hat on.
Wait a minute, 45 isn't in here. He can't hear any of you.
I can't see him driving. It's
Wait a
all
minute.
audio for me.
Is he still? There he is. He's back.
Okay. Joined in low bandwidth mode.
Try now, because now it says your connection. Now it says it's inactive again. You've sucked up all the bandwidth. You're like the fucking Kool-Aid man. And MBB is even laughing at you.
I don't know. Whatever.
Well, what is it that you wanted to show?
I was trying to show you how big my new rooster has gotten and my turkey.
I love that turkey. You know I love that turkey so much that the turkey makes me salivate.
His fucking beard is like 4.5 inches long now. It's fucking awesome.
Well, I bet that no one at the VA would ask about like the fucking gender of that bird then, yeah?
Nice.
They probably would.
Oh.
Yeah.
That cock's been the war.
I'm just gonna drop it in chat. Hold on.
Okay.
You guys can't hear gobbling either?
Well, I can hear a little bit of the gobbling, but this is why I want to say the same people who want a one world government and a new world order can't even fucking code Jitsi to get a fucking turkey and a rooster to come up properly, and they want us to turn our sovereignty over to them. Fuck you, Macron. Fuck you, Biden. Fuck you, Trudeau, and any other fucking globalist, Jacinda, and all you other bitches. It's like, bring it, bitches. It's like, you want to go to war? Fine. We're going to go to war, and you're not going to be the one standing in the end, because soldiers don't operate well when they're hungry. And if you're not going to treat your soldiers correctly, and if we remember, Joe Biden went and threw a bunch of soldiers into a cold-ass parking garage because he didn't want them sitting around, if y'all remember that. Does anyone remember when Joe Biden was like, I don't want the soldiers actually like sitting in
Is
these
there
nice...
still a gate up around the White House?
Minnesota?
They're gonna take it down.
But the thing to remember is Joe Biden was like, I don't want the soldiers in warm hallways or places where they have access to toilets or running water. No, put them out in the place where we keep the vehicles.
Yes.
Remember this.
In the United States of America.
In the United States. And then they went and...
U.S. soldiers in the United States.
Yeah, when Joe Biden says, and God bless our troops, also remember that he said, clap, you dumb bastards, or clap, you stupid bastards. Remember that as well.
Piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit.
Also, remember he checked his watch while the coffins were being unloaded.
Yes.
Like every damn one of them.
Everybody, he kept checking his watch. Like, damn, how long is this going to take?
Yeah. Do not forget who Joe Biden is.
I got kids to smell.
And if you align yourself with Joe Biden...
I got kids to sniff, damn it. Hurry up.
Yeah, truly, if you're aligning yourself with Joe Biden, and I'm not saying that, the alternative is Trump or anything like that. I am saying this. A person is noticed by what they do, and what he has shown us is who he is. It's like, it's about who he is. He has shown us who he is. Meanwhile, Trump, and this isn't a pro-Trump campaign, but I'll say this. While Joe Biden was kicking the troops out into the garage, Trump said, come stay at my places.
There you go.
All right? I want to remind people of what Trump did in response to what Biden was doing. Not because Trump needed the fucking press. Because if we remember historically, Trump was already popular and pretty fucking loved before he put in his offer to run for the presidency. And it wasn't until after he got in that everyone started to say, you must hate, or not everyone, I'm talking about the media, declared, oh, hate this man, hate this man, hate this man. While telling us to love Joe Biden, who hasn't done a fucking thing beneficial for anyone except for deviant individuals. And the very idea that Joe Biden would go and just promote some of the most horrendous medical experimentation.
Just put that picture in chat.
Pardon me? I just put that picture in chat. Okay. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. It's like,
Birdie.
do not
Birdie,
forget.
birdie.
Do not forget who this asshole is.
Tasty bird.
Yeah, and FJB has a long history of all this stuff, and he was part of the regime that really pushed that medical tyranny on us with the Health Care Act, that everybody had to have health care. That whole thing changed the way our medical system built.
Well, before that, that dude's been in office since I was born. I was born
73.
in 1974.
Well, he's
74.
been in office since 73, I believe.
Yeah. He's been in office since I've been alive, and he's always been a creepy motherfucker. Look up videos of him plagiarizing other speeches. Before you even get to that far, he also, he was doing that just to even get in office. And then
it looks like Odysee has died. So I'm going to end the stream now. For anyone who can still hear me, and it looks like everything has died, apparently. Apparently, all the internet has died on this thing. So I'm going to end right here. Until tomorrow, guys, God bless. We will see you tomorrow on a Friday. Take care.